so
Like,
far.
like
You
how,
said what?
That was the one that told me to bark at her.
Oh wow, and you did it.
I did.
You did it.
Wait,
did.
what did
Bitch,
you?
I'm a dog.
What kind of bark did you do? Was it like?
Did you bite
Like
it?
a bark, nigga, like a real bark.
And if you ain't fucking with this podcast, then you're just a bitch ass trick.
Damn, what's the worst way to
Both options are not quick.
what's the worst way to die? I think
Let's talk about that on the
I
podcast.
think I'm recording. I've been
Oh,
recording for a
tits.
little minute. Because we started talking about stuff and I was like, all right, I'm beginning this.
Yeah, turn it on. Nah, but worst way to die? Y'all could go ahead since he was already talking about it.
Drowning.
Yeah, I would say drowning.
That's my biggest fear.
And then burning is a close second probably.
Yeah. I
I feel like drowning on dry land would be the worst.
I don't know if there's a worse.
I don't know.
I think they're all trash.
They're all bad, but
I think the way that
drowning-
I would
Go
least want to die though is falling to my death.
what?
Nah, I feel like
Because you see, whatever's gonna kill me.
nah, it's the impact.
You're dying on
Yeah.
impact. You might die in the air. You might have a heart attack and die in the air.
I'll
or
take
pass
the
out.
impact,
That's
yeah.
true.
You might pass out and be like from being scared.
Bruh, drowning, bro.
Drowning,
you
bro.
Just,
Yes, you can't like the
Yeah.
most like we don't
That-
ever think about breathing
Yeah.
like ever. So to not be able to breathe, that's like crazy. And on top of that, like if you're drowning, and imagine you can see the surface, like the air is right
Yeah,
there.
that's terrible.
and there's nothing you can do, and you know
And
you're gonna die.
right, and your lungs fill up with water and just explode.
I think the two. I think you said it or you said it, but drowning and burning. Definitely, like falling, drowning, burning. I think are my top.
Falling
three.
first still.
Falling.
Yeah.
I'll take a falling death any day.
Me too.
That's flat.
I don't want that. But I'm scared of heights. Like I'm
Yeah.
fucking terrified.
How
of
many
heights.
falling nightmares have you had?
I've had a couple.
You just wake up.
I've had a couple.
Breathing hard, shit.
I can do roller coasters and stuff. I just can't do straight drops. And like even if I'm in a tall building, like looking down makes me like I get this weird feeling in my nuts. Like
He's getting
no, 'cause
scared
I
right
just
now.
I just started thinking about it. Like looking down, I get a feeling in my nuts and
They
like my
shrivel up?
stomach. No, it's just like
just
this
retract
sinking.
into
They
Yeah,
retract to like when he was 12, like you know, just like little
They start
acorns.
sucking like this. Oh my god. This is so scary.
What do you think is the worst way to die, Brian?
What I think is the worst way to die. I mean, I don't even know. I think getting eaten alive is probably the worst. Like that, probably like I don't matter what it is, a bear, a bunch of raccoons, a gang
A
of
bunch of
a gang of
raccoons, that
turtles,
sounds
like
terrible.
whatever, just eating you alive.
I
It's
think-
like just like you're alive watching them rip your flesh
Getting
open.
eaten alive.
And yeah, I feel like that's like the worst. Like you're literally seeing stuff you've never seen before
Yeah.
come out of you.
Yeah.
And
But
like,
but
if
at
you
that
don't die
point-
immediately, like you know,
Oh, true. But at that point, I feel like you don't feel pain
Yeah.
because your brain can't register that level of pain, and you're in shock.
but
Yeah.
you're still seeing it, and that's got to be the most
Yeah.
gruesome thing. When you go to heaven, you're gonna be like, and you know, what the fuck?
Yeah,
What's wrong with
there's
you?
no
What makes you
there's
think
no
I'm going to
nightmares in
heaven?
Yeah, what makes you think?
Nah, I don't think that would be that bad. Getting well, no, it'd be bad getting.
That'd be
eaten alive.
horrible, bro.
But I
I-
don't think. I still think getting burned alive.
I feel like if you drop, at a certain point, you're
I
not
think
gonna
getting
feel any
eaten
pain.
by a
You're gonna
shark,
burn.
right? That just drags you down,
and
like,
then you
as you're
drown.
drowning.
and then you drown.
Yeah.
You drown, and your leg is gone,
Yeah.
and then the salt water is hitting your flesh.
Yeah.
I'll take drowning as.
I think
the worst
I
any
think
day.
you, I think you guys have a different argument. I think you have an argument like which is the most painful versus like which would be the worst way to go.
No.
For me, Zach,
Like, I
Psychologically,
feel like-
also, I think drowning is the worst.
Same. That's my fear.
I
It
don't
is.
I,
My-
I don't, I
oh,
don't
you
think it's
for
the
sure,
worst.
'cause you can't
Because I
swim.
can't swim.
I can
yeah.
swim, and I'm still like, guys, drowning is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I understand that.
bro, there's times where I'm in the pool and I'm like, all right, I'm about to reach the wall and think I'm gonna die in those 2 feet of not reaching the wall and like coming up for air.
If you die, you're just weak.
Yeah. So.
Nah, bro.
I had a-
yeah, I guess.
I had like a close call with drowning, I guess, but I wasn't scared.
Yeah.
Because when I was doing like my dive certification, I was also in only 30 feet of water, which is
Yeah.
kind of a lot. But like I had fins on and stuff. I could probably get to the surface in like
Yeah.
5 seconds, whatever. But like I was running out of air. This is in so me and my brother went. We were like younger, and my dad. My dad was doing his final dive for certification because his partner, when he was on his first dive, he was supposed to get certified, ended up doing the wrong thing, and because he was his partner, he had to go with him or whatever, and his dive got canceled. They had to scratch. They had to do another one. So on this one, we were also a little younger, so we had smaller tanks, and and my dad obviously 6'6", and he
Yeah.
had a bigger tank, and then the instructor was teaching people on nitrox. I think it's called nitrox or something like that, where it's just um the air lasts longer than like a regular tank does.
Yeah.
You have to get a special certification because you have to come up a certain way, and all that to make sure you come up safely. You don't get the bends and stuff. So they can stay down longer than we could. And the instructor was like, "All right, just let me know when you guys are getting low. I'll take you guys up and come back down for and finish with the rest of them." But me and my brother were kind of like at the back of the thing, and like
Yeah.
they just kept going off, and he was just swimming fast. So I was like, "All right." And this whole thing, I remember like having a dialogue in the water, but you can't because you can't speak. It's all like sign language. So I told my brother that, my brother like we're like, "Oh yeah, we're low on air." We told our dad or something. I was like, "All right, I'm gonna go swim up to." Actually, no, our dad was up there. I I was like, all right, I'm gonna go swim up there and let him know where we are. And like you have to swim like hard and stuff to get up there. So I'm burning air like like if you're running or something. And when I get there, I'm like, all right, I'm doing the thing. Like, hey, I'm low on air. I need to ascend. Whatever, or we need to like go up. Whatever. I haven't been diving in a while, so I'm forgetting like the actual things. So then as I'm doing this, I run out of air, and it's like, and you're not supposed to like hold your breath because um you're not supposed to hold. I forget exactly why, but it's bad. Yeah, then you have to just go like slowly exhale and stuff. So then I start saying, okay, I'm out of air now. I need to share air, or I need to do CISA, which is like controlled emergency slow ascent, something like that. And and then I think he ends up giving me like his reg, or because you have like a second regulator just in case someone runs out. Usually, I think either him or my dad did, but during that second, I was like, I was able to stay calm or whatever. But in my mind, I knew I was like, yeah, I definitely don't want to drown. But I think knowing that I wasn't like super deep, had we been in 90 feet of water, I might have been panicking. But it was 30. I knew I was like gonna be straight. And you don't get the bends like from being down 30 feet and then just going up right away.
How deep do you have to be to
I think it's like
also explain?
I think it's like 90 feet. The bends is when you're scuba diving, the tank is like 70% oxygen, like 30%, obviously 30% nitrogen, and nitrogen bubbles if you don't slowly ascend and or whatever can get stuck in your blood or in your body, and if you come up too fast and you don't get the nitrogen out like at a controlled rate or the same rate, when you get out it I forgot why it's called the bends. I think it's an acronym, but literally it feels like your whole I think your whole body's like cramping and stuff, and literally the nitrogen's trying to come out of your blood and body, and like if there's water here you'll see like bubbles and stuff coming out, and people you can die from it or like get seriously like you might have to go to the hospital if you get it like super bad, but people
You had to
have
go. You
definitely
had to be
died.
in a decompression tank for a certain amount of hours,
Yeah, so
depending on how
that's
bad
like
it
the work.
is.
And if you don't like, so the reason that was part of the reason why my dad didn't get to finish his first dive because we were going on a deeper dive, and if you don't come and hit the certain levels, you have to stay like at this depth for 2 minutes, 3 minutes, or whatever, and then keep going up. They went down to like 60, and then the guy just like I think he messed up his BCD, which is like basically a life vest you can fill up with air, and he just shot up to the top and he was just bouncing at the top. So it wasn't bad, but because he didn't do the right, like he didn't get the bends or anything, but because he didn't do the steps the correct way, if he were to try to go back down or whatever, he'd be at high risk for it, and you can't die for the rest of the day after something like that because of that danger. So that's why. But yeah, like even though like I'm saying like I still think drowning is the worst, but even then when I had probably the closest call I've ever had, I was just like kind of chill for what I thought I would be or whatever.
All right, well, we'll start off the podcast. Welcome back to another episode of Saving for the Pod, episode number
16, yeah.
16. We talked about worst ways of dying, but someone who never has to worry about dying is young Ip Man Phil in the building. Y'all been doing martial arts as of late. Tell us about how martial arts classes have been, bro.
What's up, man? Nah, it's been straight, G. I did it really to get so my goal this year is to get to 10% body fat, and I've been working from home a lot now, like pretty much all the time now. And so I needed something to stimulate my brain outside of work. So I was like, I was gonna get a personal trainer. Then I was like, let me just join the martial arts gym. I don't know why, but I like it so far. Studying pretty much kung fu, which is Wing Chun, which is Ip Man style of kung fu, Muay Thai, a little bit of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and some kickboxing techniques. And it's been good, bro. Trying to, get my jabs right, my kicks right, learning how to dish a punch, take a punch,
So you gonna be able to defend yourself?
Shit, I can defend myself now.
Hold on. I can't hear Zach again.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, let me switch your wire out.
Wait. When you touched it, it worked.
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Just tighten up. Does this need to be tightened up?
You were talking straight into it. Talk
Hello?
again?
Hello?
Yeah, it's fine now.
All right.
It's like perfect.
What was I saying? Oh, you were saying you could defend yourself now?
Yeah, I can defend myself now. So I'm not taking it because I'm
We might
like
have
a
to
little...
insert an intro too, because when you're during the intro, it's when it went out. I'm pretty
Really?
sure, yeah.
All right, well, it's straight. They know what it is. Y'all know what time it is.
Yeah.
But
Phil
that-
can
that-
defend himself.
That's funny that Phil says he could defend himself when I had to defend him, and that's how we became boys. So
Bruh.
I don't know about that, bro.
I could defend myself for sure. Like, so don't think I'm not taking like martial arts because I'm like a little bitch ass nigga that's never been in a fight and scared
Yeah.
of contact. No.
Nah, Phil used to embrace fights.
Yeah, I'm taking it more
He
so.
loves it.
I'm usually about that action anyway. So if I'm gonna be about that action, I'd rather be a weapon.
He's gonna he's gonna have the techniques.
Yeah, and I mean my brothers, both my brothers that are military, like I'm be very competitive. So my oldest brother, who was a sniper in the military, he knows a bunch of shit. My little brother that's in the Air Force now, he knows some pretty good combat. And so whenever I go home, we just always talk shit. And he punched me like I think it was last Christmas, and it actually stung a little bit. I was
Really?
like, damn. And then
You can do.
I
nothing
felt like
about
I've always wanted to go really do martial arts from when I punched Buddy and didn't drop him. And that was when you know what I'm saying, caught him from the side. But
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
I'm surprised you didn't. Why did you choose this instead of anything else? I'm surprised you didn't pick up boxing, especially with Floyd being one of your favorite athletes.
I like boxing a lot, but boxing is very one dimensional, which
Yeah.
is what I'm doing. Like, and really, I wanted to do Muay Thai exclusively. And so when I went to the gym that I'm at, which is John Wayne Gym in Plantation, they got a couple Muay Thai classes, but I did a workout, and he's like, "Yeah, man, you want to do Muay Thai? We do that, but we also do Kung Fu and Jiu-Jitsu. So we kind of want to make you well rounded and just be able to get out of any situation." So I
Yeah.
was like, "All right, that's what I'm looking for."
Yeah.
So
And
it's
so
been good though. I accidentally
Yeah,
caught an elbow
I
to the
definitely want
forehead.
to get into. I've been thinking about it for a while, but
really,
I don't think there's any really good gyms
bro,
around me,
nobody
and,
gonna
like,
fuck with you, AJ.
It'll
Why
get you
not?
into shape,
One,
bro.
you a
No,
big
yeah,
ass-
it'll be
you
like,
a-
that's why I want to get in
you-
shape. Man.
You a big dude and you a friendly ass nigga, so no one's gonna fuck with you, bro.
I'd be like red shirt Trey, Trey
yeah.
Rags,
Yeah, exactly.
That's the, but honestly,
with a smiley.
yeah.
But honestly though, that's the
Dude.
best dude because the gym that I go to, all of these guys look very off-putting.
Really?
Yeah,
They're like just super happy, chill dudes. And even my gym master, who's a older Chinese gentleman who's been studying.
Are you
Wing
just
Chun.
being problematic, or is he actually Chinese?
No, he's Chinese.
Oh,
Wing
okay.
Chun is he's from China.
Okay.
His name is John Wei, bro. Like
He was-
it's a
That
Chinese
has
name.
nothing to do with it.
John.
John
is
Wei.
not a
but
Chinese name.
his last name is Wei. Wai is a Chinese name.
Okay, yeah, but you said like his
Like,
name's John
John-
Wait, like
Like no, he's an older Chinese gentleman, and he studied in China. So like
yeah.
he grew up studying it, and like this dude is like
So
my height.
Does he give you fortune cookies after the show, after each class?
Nah, bro,
my
he's
God.
like folks is cold. Like it's crazy because he's my height and he's probably about maybe 10 to 15 pounds lighter than me. And like, bro, whenever he even just shows me stuff, you can feel the power
Yeah.
in his arms. It's wild.
Can you
Man's
do
like,
that 1-inch punch? Can you do that?
yeah, he could do. He could do all that shit, bro. Like
Can
he's a
you
master.
do it though?
Not
Did he
yet.
teach you the
Like he'll
secrets?
teach you stuff, and he's like, person get close to me, boom, boom, boom. and
Did
just
he
come
teach
up,
you the
do a
dim mock
combo.
yet?
Huh?
The dim mock?
What's that?
Something he saw in a movie.
I don't know what the Denmark is.
I don't know what it
The
is.
death touch?
We've been working on like Paxal and
Paxson? You love
Boxal.
Paxson.
It's not only in a movie, AJ. It's actual.
It's
No,
like
no.
The dim mock.
So a lot of stuff we work on is close combat, which is what I like, and then we do knife training too.
Got
So,
you.
Ways to just kill people.
Earlier, you were talking about your sparring partner. Let the people know that you gonna put the hands on that nigga, and he doesn't want to put the hands on you.
Now my sparring partner cool, man. Honestly, bro, I'm like the noob in the gym. Like most of the people in the gym have been training for either months or years.
Yeah.
So like
So
I'm
how
in no
long
position
is-
to beat nobody ass.
How long has your partner been there?
I would say about 4 or 5 months before me,
Oh wow.
which is already like a jump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, so what happened with your
I
partner?
got body slammed by a chick the other day, bro.
What?
What does that mean?
Like
What does that mean?
What? Yeah.
nah, I'm just saying like that's how like fresh I am. Like this girl was cold. And we were doing Brazilian jiu-jitsu and we were playing King of the like we were doing like a mini King of the mat. And so you had to either get on top of the person or not let them get on top of you. Bro, she flipped me so fast.
Really?
Like as soon as we started, she shot
she-
for my legs, flipped me, rolled me over, and was on top of me. It was like, damn, that was quick.
Did
The
it
gym
turn
was
you
like,
on?
damn,
What'd
that
she
was
think?
quick.
Did it turn you on?
Did-
Phil, let it happen.
No.
wow.
I was like, oh, I'm helpless.
Nah, it actually reminded me of wrestling because when I wrestled, I trained with a girl, a couple girls actually, and then she ended up being really good. So I don't mind working with opposite sex.
Cool,
Not that
cool.
prideful.
Something else you were talking about, and something else that's big in the news. If you live outside of Florida, this is not news to you, but it is freezing everywhere. It's a fucking I was gonna say a tropic,
Bro,
tundra,
it is literally day after tomorrow,
frozen
bro.
tundra. Yeah, everywhere it's frozen, snowing, all that shit. But Dallas, Houston, Austin, everywhere in Texas, it's cold. And Phil got family out there in Texas, but I feel bad for these people. I mean, I don't want to make light of the situation, but I did see a tweet that kind of made me laugh. It was like the house that was just like falling apart, and it was like, damn, this is why houses in Texas are $1.65. Y'all house is made out of
Oh, no.
Jesus
I forgot what it said. Like y'all house is
Foam
made out,
and,
foam and dreams or prayer or some shit like that.
Oh
Which was
my
kind of
God.
That's
funny
like
to
the
me.
three little pigs that
Yeah.
they made their house out of sticks.
Nah,
Yeah.
bro, they just weren't ready for that, man.
Not at all.
Not
It
at
seems.
all.
It's
Yo,
because
honestly,
Texas
Houston-
is on their own grid,
What does that mean?
which
Like,
means
they have
like
different power
Texas,
companies.
like Texas is the only state that pays for that. How do I put this?
You have like
That the
holes.
government doesn't regulate
Oh, okay.
their
Energy,
pow-
whatever.
energy.
So we have like
Yeah.
Florida Power and Lights down
Yeah.
here, and they have like
and it's
different.
all government based.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
Texas
have-
took their shit off. The government
Yeah.
they do it themselves.
Yeah.
So it's like you got like a wholesaler. You can go register with them to give you power. You can register with
Yeah.
them. You can register with that.
So the problem was that because they did that themselves, they didn't regulate it as heavily as the government did,
Yeah.
which caused them to miss a lot of steps. pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about the money at the end of the day. So they
Yeah,
miss a lot of
they-
steps. So
they
then when
weren't
shit
tryna-
like this happens, they're not prepared at all for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then now the people are like, yeah, I got a $17,000 electric bill. And it's like my power's went out.
Yeah.
It's like, why did my bill like $17,000?
That I didn't know.
Yeah, no, I got a
Yeah.
buddy in
Golly.
Houston, and we were talking because my mom's in Houston, but I also got like one of my close friends from college in Houston, and he was saying that they were trying to raise. I'll find the actual price. I think he said like $30 per.
But yeah, I mean, outside of this, like Houston, obviously with the hurricane, it seemed like they were kind of unprepared for that. Because I mean, it's not
Yeah.
that Texas
Mhm.
doesn't get hurricanes.
They don't
So,
give them that as
yeah,
often
it's
as
true.
us.
But I
So-
just feel bad for all the people in
Well,
Texas.
even like a couple of years ago when that big flooding hurricane came and
Yeah.
they was flooded like 15, 20 feet for a
Yeah,
while.
Exactly.
Yeah, he was saying
Sure.
that the prices are up 10,000%, and that
Prices of what?
electricity,
Oh,
like
okay.
energy, was
Yeah.
up 10,000%. They were talking about charging people $450 a day or $9 per kilowatt. I think it is.
Yeah.
Kilowatt.
It's
That's
like
crazy.
ridiculous
Wow,
prices.
because kilowatts be like
There's
9
no
cents.
regulation, so like
Yeah.
they can do that. That's like when people try to up the price. What is it called? What's the actual term for of it?
gouging.
Yeah, price,
Price
gouging.
gouging,
yeah.
yeah.
gouging.
That's what I thought, but I was like, that might not be it.
Yeah,
You
it's like
so
a fuck.
every
it's
time
literally.
every time you say what does that mean? Have you
Yeah.
ever seen the Impractical Jokers where it was that guy that where he's like, what does that mean? What is it? I
I've
was in the
probably seen
video,
it, I can't
And we're
remember.
gonna put it in here, but that's why I keep dying every time you say that.
Yeah, I was
And
like,
they have another skit where they try
Yeah.
to price where they're price gouging people, like, or they're adding in a surcharge, and the goal is to try to get at a restaurant. The goal is to try to get them to pay it, or else you lose. And then there was like different fees, like there was like cell phone usage fee. It was like $8,
Yeah.
and then people can be like, oh no, I'm not trying to pay that, and they would just take it off, but. You would win by if they would pay it, and then another one, which is funny because we said price gouging was price gouging, And it's like, here's a $400 price gouge.
Yeah.
Like, we didn't want to raise the prices. We're just gonna gouge you on this price. And people are like, what? It's
Yeah, that shit's. Well, I've seen people like I know this guy that went to college. He's a doctor or a chiropractor, and his pipes burst. Whole house was flooding.
Oh,
It's freezing. I'm like, that fucking sucks.
Yeah,
I think it was actually like Bleacher Report or something that y'all probably seen it too, but it was the girl that parked in the parking garage, and it was the only. I don't know if this was Texas, but it was.
the only car.
Wait, Zach, you hit the cord again.
All right. Anyways, so what I was
Man, it's
saying
weird.
was the girl. She was in the parking garage. It was the only car in the spot. A pipe burst, bro. The shit is just completely frozen over, and like it's not like it's just the car that's frozen, but it's like the whole icicles coming down onto the car, entire thing frozen. And she's like, "Yo, how did this happen?" Like the one place I parked is where everything exploded, but the story was super anticlimactic after having to tell it 5 times. But I'll put the video in so it's not as
Yeah,
anticlimactic.
she's not the only one. There's been a lot of other cars that it's happened to. It's like, what'd y'all do to get this karma like this? Like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's pretty bad. But like, even
Texas has had
people-
it coming, I guess.
people gotta be, not saying people gotta be smarter, but people gotta like know like basic science and stuff like that. Immediately, some stuff like going like you're going sub-zero, you immediately turn off all your
I
water.
think JJ Watt got out in time.
Yeah,
But they say when it's like you're supposed to have your stuff on a slow drip, not turn it off.
yeah. Like, but it's pretty much you're turning it off.
But if you never grew up in like winter
Yeah.
weather, you would never know that.
No, that was
Minnesota-
basic. I said that, and my mom was like, "Yeah, how do you know?" And like, I was like, "Oh, I don't know. This is basic science." You know what I'm saying? I watch Day After Tomorrow. Like, if there's no water in the pipes, they're not gonna burst, and no water's gonna come
I
out.
don't know if that's basic knowledge, bro. I mean, I
If
feel
it-
like it should be.
My thing is, if a pipe bursts, like
It-
even down here, pipes burst all the time. You immediately turn off all the water. So to negate a pipe cracking and bursting, you turn off all the water and run all the water out of the pipes. That's just me. That's me.
So that's not basic knowledge, but what is basic knowledge is not using a fucking generator or warming
yeah.
yourself up in your car inside your own garage,
with the door, yeah.
which y'all talked about has killed people.
Multiple people, yeah.
Yeah. So people have been trying to like it's been super cold,
Yeah.
and it's like
Like,
what,
people's
like
houses
7
have
degrees
dipped below freezing because it's
inside
so
people's
cold.
houses. It's like
7
7
degrees
degrees.
like in Houston? That's crazy.
Yeah, and like in people's houses too.
Gulf,
It's supposed to be
yeah.
insulated.
When is it
And-
gonna hit Florida? Like,
I don't know if it
honestly,
will hit
if
Florida.
it like,
Hey,
I don't think it's gonna hit Florida.
we live in hell, bro. This ain't never freezing over.
yeah, but it's like Houston is also on the Gulf. Gulf is a very warm body of water.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, they don't have the Gulf Stream, which we have here.
Mm.
But I just feel like seeing that, I'm like, hold on.
It only snowed one time in Florida.
Bro, since
Yeah.
I've
And
been
that was
in
in the
Florida, though,
70s.
I feel like, bro, God might have his hand over Florida.
Bro, it's gonna get
Because
hot.
Or the
we-
devil. Like,
it's one of the two,
It's
bro.
hot as hell down here,
We've
bro.
missed 2 major hurricanes, like that was supposed to be direct hits. We haven't gotten blasted with this cold like storm. When we had the flooding, when it was raining, it wasn't even that bad compared to other
Okay,
places.
Well,
we
so
don't
Well,
get
that's
all
because-
that,
That's
but
because we have the infrastructure for
Yeah.
bro,
flooding.
we don't get all
And-
that, but we have the Florida man here. Like the
And we-
Florida man.
yeah.
that
is
don't
here,
matter. 'Cause
bro.
I was talking to my homie, right, and we were talking about
And it's-
infrastructure.
okay, I was talking.
ahead.
So, and with Florida's also like very porous, and there's an aquifer underneath, so the
Yeah.
water just goes straight through the ground.
Yeah.
When there was all that flooding, like in Houston and Texas, it's just clay. So water's just sitting on top of clay, has nowhere to go.
Mm.
So and that's part of the reason why when we have flooding and it's bad, it doesn't get super bad because obviously we have the ocean right here, it runs off, and
Yeah.
there's lakes everywhere in the Everglades.
Depending
and-
on like where your location is though, because
Yeah,
not
depending
so
on your
much-
location for sure, but
Yeah.
it's not gonna stick around for weeks like it did like in Texas and stuff.
But even when it comes
Uh,
to, but even
when
it
we
comes
when
to
we had that
hurricanes,
last bad storm, my neighborhood was flooded for like 2 weeks.
But
Like,
South Florida hasn't been that
and
bad.
we never like
Flooded, but like not feet and feet of water.
Yeah.
like feet. I
It
understand
would,
that,
it
but
would
like
go it would go for feet where people were like jet skiing and stuff.
yeah.
But that was like a week, and then it was like maybe like maybe a foot or like 6 inches.
Yeah, but like where I live is like one of the like highest elevated places in like Broward County,
Oh yeah.
and I never experienced like flooding. It always like goes down immediately, and it never floods. So, but like when that last storm we had down here like a couple months ago, it was like I literally have videos. Like I'm like up to like right here, like walking around, and that was
Yeah.
like I couldn't even almost go to work a couple days. Like you know what I'm saying, because like it was just so flooded. I've never experienced that in my life. I was like, time to leave Florida. Like it's about
But I think
this shit
Florida,
is sinking. Like
it,
you
though.
know, but with flooding, I think we were better suited for that. But like if we had like a snowstorm or something like that, I don't think we're
The
suited.
snowstorm,
for that.
like, we're toast.
Yeah, we're.
Like, and
We
not
have
even
no
not only
ice
that,
trucks.
not only that, there's gonna be like iguanas falling out of the sky. There's gonna be dead snakes showing up everywhere, and alligators just freezing. And
Yeah.
like they're gonna come out the Everglades and the Woodworks looking for warmth anywhere.
But I feel like Florida would have handled it better than Texas. And Texas gets snow.
Yeah,
So it's
for
not like
sure.
Texas never gets
Hey,
snow.
all the
They get
homies.
snow sometimes, not a lot. And then I was talking to my friends in Houston.
I think we have more snowbirds here too.
Yeah,
So more people who dealt with the snow and come down to Florida and would know what to do in that
yeah,
situation.
exactly.
Yeah.
But we would have no ice truck or salt trucks.
No
Yeah.
salt, yeah.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
just go to the
Which-
ocean and
Yeah.
dump it on the.
Mm.
But obviously y'all know this. What's been super funny to me is seeing all these people on their Ring cameras slipping in their driveways and shit.
Oh my
That
God.
shit is so fucking funny to me, bro.
Insult to injury, like injury to insult or insult to
Insult
injury.
to injury, yeah.
that's.
Has that
fucking
ever
crazy.
happened to you,
Or,
Phil,
I
in
don't know.
Chicago?
Slip down some
It's
stairs.
slipping and busting your ass like that?
Bro, yes. It happened to me at SIU. Because SIU,
I've been
we
there
had
before.
It happened
really?
in front of some
like-
shorties.
in Lake Tahoe.
Nah, not in front of no
That
shorties.
shit
but
like a cartoon, bro. If that was on video, that'd be viral.
Was it like where you're trying to catch your balance?
Yeah, I
and-
didn't have the right boots on
Yeah.
because we went to Lake Tahoe off like a whim,
yeah.
and I had like they were like waterproof, but and water like the bottom was almost like Sperry's, so you're not gonna slip in water
Yeah.
in like rain or whatever. But it had no bite, no grip,
Yeah.
and the entire like the little road we're walking on was old snow, so it was like had melted and frozen over basically. And walking up was tough. Walking back down, I
Oh
was
my
just slipping
God.
the entire time. Like, boop, 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 boop. Like I had Brandon and Gabe try to hold me up. And I
Yeah.
feet going
Bro, it was
like a cartoon. Like, exactly
bruh.
like a
He was
cartoon. I got so frustrated. I just walked down the side of like
Yeah.
the mountain in like
Yeah,
like 2 feet of snow to.
Bro,
It's
that was
honestly not a good
fun
feeling.
as hell though. That was fun. I
It's
thought I was
not.
gonna die on that trip
That
because
shit
like I was
hurts.
sick that trip and I was like I was still doing stuff and like
We
these
all
niggas
were.
these niggas just running up with the mountain, right? I was with
Yeah.
Nick and Eli is like a little spider monkey. This man's always on go.
Eli's my cousin,
and
and Nick is also my cousin.
yeah, they're all the way up there and I'm like, I'm barely can breathe, 'cause I'm sick. And I was like, fuck, I can't let them leave me, I'm gonna die. So I just kept running through the snow. And it was like, so it was snow on top of a bush. And like, so when you went through the snow, you went through another bush. So you were like
Yeah,
falling like 3 feet. And then like, so it was like crazy. Like you're just literally
and you
walking
can't
on
tell because
snow
it
bushes.
just looks like look, it's like
yeah.
a hill covered in snow. There's nothing underneath there. There's just bushes and trees and stuff.
Thank God for the polo boots or my ankle would have been
I had you
trash.
some Tims.
Yeah, for real. Fuck snow though. That's
But
why
yeah.
I moved from Ohio back to Florida.
That's
So
why
can
I'm
you
never going
you
back
blame
home.
your boy Ted Cruz? Is that who it
Yeah,
is?
Nah, so that's what we was gonna talk about next.
Oh,
So Ted Cruz.
Bro, I just had the nicest little transition, and then you went and said, "Oh, that's what we were gonna talk about next." You
what?
could have just let it go.
Oh
could've
yeah,
just
that's true.
fed off
That's
that
true.
yeah, bro.
So Ted Cruz, he after all this Texas fiasco happened, froze over. Your boy wanted to take a trip to Cancun, Mexico with the family and said it was because his daughters wanted to take a family vacation. I mean, I get the optics of how everyone in Texas is mad at him, but at the same time, like
No.
if you have the means and you looking out for your family, why not?
No, bro.
Now all that shit he was talking.
No, bro, he's a hypocrite.
He
They mad at
is.
him because he's a hypocrite. Because he be on
Yeah.
Democrats' ass for doing the same
Yeah.
thing. So if you're gonna be on Democrats' ass for doing the same thing, bro, you cannot do
Give
the
us-
same thing.
So what does he say? Or what?
So like I forget which Democratic leader it was, but they like he used to get on Obama for being on a golf course,
yeah,
like shit like that.
Yeah.
like how Trump was,
Yeah,
365 days
like
of
his
the year.
homeboy.
yeah. And so it's like, bro, if you
Bro, he
you-
sent that tweet. That tweet is hilarious. He said something, I believe in climate change when Texas freezes over.
Yeah.
he tweeted that before.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, 2016.
Yeah.
Nah,
So like,
I hope you
that-
believe
I'm
now,
glad-
Ted. I hope you believe.
I'm glad you call it climate change because the other more like colloquially. Oh my gosh. I'm not even gonna say it. no more.
Global
You're doing
warming.
it again.
Global warming.
Yeah, has been global warming, and people are like, "There's no way it's global warming. Look, everything's freezing
Yeah,
over. Like
exactly.
we have the worst snowstorms." But no, it's actually climate change, and that stuff happens.
Yeah,
But isn't
exactly.
climate change an effect of actual global warming? So the storms just get worse.
Right. But
Mhm.
Yeah.
because it's
Because, yeah.
almost like the Black Lives Matter thing.
True.
Like because
Yeah.
people want to just negate that one like no, all lives
All
matter. Like no,
lives
that's not what
matter.
we're talking about. We're talking about Black lives. We're talking about Black lives
Yeah.
because those are the ones being affected right now.
Yeah.
But the same thing with global warming. Like, oh, okay. A good counter argument is like, look, I
Everything's
got
racing.
2 feet of snow here
Yeah.
in northern Florida. Ain't no way that is the globe is warming. But climate, it's an effect of climate change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be yeah.
Just storms get worse, more catastrophic in places they usually
It
don't
gets
get.
hotter,
there's-
and then when it's supposed to get colder, it
there's
gets way colder.
More
Yeah.
and
droughts,
then
more famines and stuff.
It's gonna get it just gets more extreme
Yeah.
Yeah.
as it goes on until it's to the point where
Which planet has like all these catastrophic storms? Is it Jupiter or Saturn?
Jupiter.
Nigga, I don't know.
Is it Jupiter?
Jupiter is a constant storm.
Yeah, they always get storms.
I think
like
Venus has one too.
every single day, like big storms. That's gonna
That
be
big
us.
ass circle on Jupiter is a storm.
That's gonna be
a
us.
storm.
I know y'all not gonna want to talk about it, but I just got to get this off my chest. All the girls that are like super into astrology and like the stars and the rocks, they got the best pussy. I just want to say that.
Wait, what?
I just want to say.
I thought it was
wait, that was left field, bro. What?
No, like they
Bro, that is a elephant booty meat take. That was
Wait,
Brandon
what?
last week.
What was
He
that?
ain't lying.
have you ever messed with an astrology chick?
He's not lying.
All the chicks you messed with, Phil, you
Actually, I think she was white, but she was like dark though. She was in
And
astrology, but kind of dark too.
she ain't have good
Wait,
box.
what? She was white but dark.
Nah, like she know.
Oh,
like,
her
like,
mentally.
she was dark, a darker person. Yeah,
No
no, that
lie,
was the
She
one
was
that
like
told me to
emo.
bark at her.
so
like
far.
You
how-
said what?
That was the one that told me to bark at her.
Oh wow, and you did it.
I did.
You did it.
Wait,
did it.
whoa,
Go
whoa, what did
Bitch,
you?
I'm a dog.
What kind of bark did you do? Was it like?
Did you bite
Like
her?
a bark, nigga, like a real bark.
Did you
I
bite her?
was-
Did you
it
do the
threw
little
me
the
off,
Grinch?
Ned said she was like, bark at me. I'm like, what? Wait, what? Yeah,
Nah.
I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna do it, and I did it just straight. Like,
You only did it one time.
No,
or-
there's
Nah,
no way. There's
couple
no way
times.
he
I
only
did
did
it,
it.
bro. If you ask me to do something, it's not like against
Hey,
my moral
yeah.
Did you-
compass. I'll commit to
The
it.
real question is, did you growl? Like
Yeah.
snarl at her?
Probably, bruh.
Yes.
Probably.
He was drooling.
It was a long.
Did you
time.
do it
It was
in
in
here?
college.
Yo, there's
It was in college.
He was a rabid dog.
what's that thing? You sound like a panther. He's like,
Oh yeah, that dude. Yeah.
That was a growl. She wanted to bark. She wanted to like DMX, Rough Riders bark.
Well,
where my dogs at?
all I wanted to say is the astrology chicks.
Bro.
If you looking for a girl and a good time, mess with an astrologer. They crazy, but they got that good.
I thought you were gonna say like
He
they
has
were
not
saying
lied.
they predicted this
Nah,
because the stars were
right.
aligning and like
You can.
Hey,
Mercury's in retrograde
you
and that's
can-
why all this stuff's going on.
Zach has not
Nah,
spoke a
niggas
lie
got
in the
good
last
vibes.
5 minutes.
Yeah, every girl that has talked about Mercury in retrograde, they got that fire.
Yeah, but you can get you a girl that got that fire without all them problems.
Nah,
Yeah, no, yes, you can,
need
bruh.
you
But
need
Zach's
a,
trying to give a
you need the
formula for
right
the-
amount of toxicness. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then that's what makes the box even fire. Like,
Yeah.
you
Nah,
know?
because that toxic, I feel like astrology toxic is not regular toxic. It's like
They're not toxic. I wouldn't say they're toxic. They just got a screw loose. That's all.
The right amount of
Chill out.
toxic.
yeah, if you got screws loose, you don't think that's toxic? Because them bitches be
It's slightly
confused.
toxic.
It
It's-
depends. I don't know. It depends on. I feel like it depends on how
the moon
how
tells me I should
astrology-
feel this way.
Yeah,
Right.
and
Yeah. It
I'm like,
depends on
okay.
how
Yeah.
because a lot of people not subscribe, but like look at that without being a super astrology chick. So it kind of
Yeah.
depends.
Due to Mercury being in the West, like we're not
So
meant to
are-
be together.
So are you
Like,
talking
I'm
about like the
so-
chakra type chick? Chakras?
So I think
Nah,
they're
that's different.
They're two different
it?
people, but a lot of
Mm,
times,
Nah, it's different.
They overlap. There's a
Yeah.
Venn diagram.
yeah, if
Let me
there was a
hide my
Venn
chakra
diagram, yeah,
stones.
they do the.
let me have my chakra
I-
stones.
So there might be chicks. I don't want to call them
Bro,
chicks.
Phil,
they're
you're the
women.
chakra. You're a
Yeah.
chakra
Yeah, I
girl.
fuck with
You have
chakra
the
girls.
little stuff hanging in your shower and all that.
I
The
will
euca-
say.
eucalyptus. Yeah, man. I guess.
I will say the girls that are into astrology may not be into the chakras, but all the girls that are into the chakras are into astrology. I think that's fair to say.
Yeah.
Which means that the astrology girls that ain't in that are not into chakras are half-assing it.
Yeah.
because it's all supposed to be one.
I mean,
Yeah.
I think all that is interesting. It's an interesting like what you want to believe kind of thing. So I like it. I think it's pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? I have an astrology book and I like read it oftenly, and I see how people will read that and then literally take on that and
Yeah.
like that's them because a book told them to do it, told them to be like this instead of like yeah that's me. I'm like
I think it has
Just another cult, huh?
Well, I think astrology has merit, right?
I think so too.
So I just think that can be the
If-
do or die.
If you, yeah. If you think like if everything is interconnected, it probably has some kind of
Yeah.
merit.
I mean, like, don't check your horoscope in the beginning of the day.
Yeah.
Go throughout your day and then check it at night and see like how it aligns. That's what I believe. I believe like if you check something in the beginning of the day, you're like, okay, my day is gonna be a horrible day.
Yeah.
Now you're gonna
it's
have a horrible day
project, like,
because
damn,
it's
like, it was right,
you've
yeah.
created it, you've seen it, you've created it.
Yeah.
So just check your horoscopes at the end of the day rather than in the beginning of the day, and I
Yeah.
think you guys be
If
alright.
you do daily ones, but I feel like
Yeah.
even at that point,
That's too
like
much.
you could think you had a nice day, and then if you read your horoscope, you're like, wait, if I think about it now,
Well, if I look
I
at
might
this
have had a
situation-
terrible day.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
So it's kind of tough, but
yeah,
I try to look at like
it's open for interpretation.
yeah, for sure.
I try to look at like when it comes to chakras, at least, like I do believe in like some of the healing properties of things
Yeah.
and the energy. So
Oh, yeah,
like
yeah.
that stuff is fascinating.
more
And then
sound,
in,
yeah.
in astrology, like the tides, how the tides affect, just like not even daily, just like monthly,
Hey, in the
But, like,
words
if you,
over like a long period of time.
yeah.
Yeah.
in the words of Neil deGrasse Tyson, we're all just stardust. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? We're
And
stardust.
if you like, I don't know, it's kind of like not far fetched, but like abstract. But if you think about like the moon, how the moon affects the ocean, which is a huge entity, and like how the sun affects the earth or whatever when it's in a certain position or what, and like
Yeah.
how things change, seasons and all that.
Like
Why
seasonal
wouldn't there be a chance that it could affect humans and like
Yeah, for
organisms
sure.
and people living there?
For sure.
No, we're all connected for sure.
Yeah.
I just like I said, I would never want to be with a chick that's that
I
head
guess
deep in
this
it.
is more. I just had not random, but something I just found out recently or read up on recently. Not read up. I saw one article. That's kind of it's not a conspiracy theory, but kind of hints at there being aliens or like other beings and stuff like that, and it has to do with Subarus. Like the little emblem on a Subaru, right?
Yeah.
How it has like the stars or something. It's called the Pleiades, I think it's
Okay.
called.
Mhm.
And the other term for it is like the seven sisters, because it's supposed to be there's 7 stars in the Pleiades, and on the Subaru there's only 6,
Mhm.
and to the naked eye you can only see 6, but all these ancient cultures all called them the 7 sisters or something like that,
Yeah.
and knew there were 7 of them, even though it takes like modern technology and like or more modern technology and stronger like telescopes to be able to see that last 7th one, because it's really close to a different one and it's
Yeah.
super small.
Mhm.
So how do they all have that information? How they all know there are 7? When if
So,
you look
Brandon-
up, even
Well-
in the darkest night, there's only
Brandon,
6.
what he's saying right now is him and Phil are both aliens.
Or we
I
got
agree.
favor with aliens because we drive Subarus.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I
you
think
know
we got favor.
they're
Starting
part
to
of
see
the
spaceships
the
on
cult.
Bankhead.
It is just Subarus.
Hey.
There's a bunch of Subarus on Bankhead.
Hey, all I gotta say is I'm with it. You know what I'm saying? You star
You better get
people
you
over
guys.
there.
You better get you guys a Subi.
Y'all better
Nah.
get that all-wheel drive and stop
Why you think
fucking
they hold
around.
their Why you think they hold their value?
Because
for
they
so long.
spaceships.
Why do you think they got all-wheel
Well, I
drive,
was finna say,
right?
why you think they all got all-wheel drive? It's
Them
No one
niggas-
else has been able to
Hey,
replicate their all-wheel
They can
drive.
drive on any
system.
terrain. They can drive on snow. They can drive on sand and even moonbeams. Like I'm telling you, man,
It's comfortable,
get you a
too.
Subaru.
Yeah.
No wonder why I feel safe driving.
Gets
now.
decent
Honestly,
gas
since I got
mileage.
my Subaru, I haven't had any.
Oh dear, you really haven't. You messed up with your tires, but it has nothing to do with
Right.
the
And
Subaru.
I've always wanted a WRX or whatever it is. And I've always told Tatiana I feel like I'm an alien. I think it's just
something about the word.
everything is pulling
Uh-oh.
together.
You could be. Yeah.
We about to get canceled again.
Yeah,
You put this-
hey.
you put this on TikTok, it's just gonna be muted.
No.
For real.
TikTok taking our shit
How the
down.
fuck did we get on this from Ted Cruz? But all I want to say is,
you with the astrology
Yeah,
too.
That's true, that's true.
Astrology, like just random.
Random.
but you
Zach
can
being
feel
Zach.
you can feel however about Ted Cruz leaving, but he's definitely pussy for
gosh.
coming back within hours.
And public service announcement. If you're an elected government official, bro, your job is to thug it out with the people.
Right, you the captain. You gotta go down with the ship.
Like, yo,
Yeah.
what?
Mhm.
Like, it's just so weird. People get in these positions and they're like, that's not my job. That is your job.
Yeah. Apparently there was a mayor or something of like
Texas that got fired because he was like,
yeah,
yo,
he said it's
y'all
like,
should have been well prepared for this shit. This ain't got
Yeah.
nothing to do with me. This is
Yeah,
survival of the
that's
fittest, pretty much. Like, what?
wild.
That's Texas mentality, though.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like
I
that's
mean-
all.
Yeah,
That's the Texas mentality.
but like
Sean King
This
tweeted
is-
something like,
this
"Your
is-
gun's not gonna save you
don't-
now," or whatever. I was like, "Yo,
don't
I mean,
take
it
this the
could.
wrong way, people, if you're listening to this, but like you always prepare for anything. Like even in Florida, like we ain't never gonna experience like a snowstorm or anything. I have
but I got snow
firewood.
boots."
I got firewood. I got snow boots.
True, to an
I
extent.
got a lot of food stored up, like canned food, like what I'm saying, it's not the best, but it's like when you need it in an emergency, like we deal with different things down here. We deal with hurricanes and all that, so we always are prepared. Like water, you always have gasoline, whatever you may need if you have to run generators and stuff like that. So like I've always been like, well, I've been taught my whole life to be prepared for any situation. You know what I'm saying?
Same.
Have guns, even though you may not never need to use them or touch them.
Right.
Have them, because like, it's better to have it and not need it than to not have it and need it.
Yeah, but
That's
I want
how it's been raised. So like, I understand what he's saying to an extent. You know what I'm saying? There's no way to prepare for that, like totally.
Yeah,
But you always have like surplus food for at least a couple days, just in case something crazy happens. Anything can happen. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
but I'm
Like-
sure every state, every city, every like government, like local, even though the local has maybe not every, like probably not at the county level or maybe at the county level has like what is it called, like a disaster fund or something.
Yeah,
or-
disaster relief.
Yeah.
But and I agree with you. In any situations, especially if you have a house with families,
Have a
you
couple
should
cans
have
of spam.
things that make you prepare for storms. But when it's a catastrophic storm and your tax money goes to the state that you're in,
Yeah.
and you would hope that they would be somewhat more prepared for something like this.
Yeah.
So when the mayor of the city tells you, like, yeah, this ain't my job,
But-
Yeah,
or this on
What
you.
you're saying is just we've been raised to be prepared for anything.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that everyone should be that way, or like
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
or
yeah.
that is expected
Yeah.
of every person, especially when
But it's a wake
you-
up call now.
Right, especially when you might live in an apartment or whatever, like you said, like
Yeah.
the if you're paying taxes, they should, and the reason why you're paying taxes is for them to take care of stuff like roads and everything people use
Yeah.
and whatever, and to prepare for stuff like this. That
But on the
Should fall on
contrary,
them.
when somebody tells you who they are, you must believe who they are.
yeah,
And all the storms that we've had, where's the response? The response is always late. You
Yeah.
had Katrina. Response is always going to be late, and it's always going to be slowed down. You know what I'm saying? Like they had to write up the paperwork and all that. So you got to be able to counteract that and say, okay, it's going to take them a certain amount of days to even get down here, to even get to us. Like, you know what I'm saying? I got to prepare for that. You know, because like our response has not been the best to a lot of like catastrophic disasters and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because think how big the country is. Like, first of all, like just not take away from their responsibility, but think how big the country is and all the towns and all the places they have, the nooks and crannies they have to get all this stuff into. And if the roadways are frozen up, what are they gonna have to do? They have to drop this stuff off, but they gotta have people in place to make sure this stuff like drops and nobody's like going over there and it's like, all right, anarchy, this is my food, I guess all mine, and like
Yeah.
shooting people. So you know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna take time to get in there to help people.
Yeah.
But so the people, I'm not saying it's your fault, but I'm
Yeah.
saying what I'm saying is be prepared. When somebody tells you who they are, believe who they are. And
Yeah,
it's
Phil's
and
point
America's
was-
always been slow to.
No, my
yeah.
point
Phil's
is-
point was that the mayor was
Yeah.
like, "This is not my job," or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I understand that,
And-
but I'm just telling the people.
Yeah.
The
No,
people
but
need
it
to
wasn't
know to be
even-
prepared.
I don't think he was only saying it's not my job. I think he was saying this isn't the government's job.
This isn't the government's job too. Yeah, and it's like, bro, it is your job.
Yeah.
Your job is
Take
when
care of the people.
when a catastrophic incident like this occurs, was like some 100-year storm. The government job is to step in and provide for the people, because
Provide
no matter
relief.
how much you prepare, you're not prepared for that,
Mhm.
because preparation in Texas doesn't prepare you for a
9
fucking winter
degree.
storm.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
in south
We're all- yeah.
coastal Texas.
How can you prepare for something that's never happened?
That never happens, exactly.
Yeah.
So it is the government's job, and I feel you that people should plan for that. And I just think our country as a whole does a terrible job in relief for disasters, but somehow we can always mobilize to get to another country and help them out.
Yeah.
But you can't do that in house. But you can do it. But you can
because
outsource.
there's money there.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's what it's all about. But we
There's
pay
money
taxes.
there.
So if we pay all these taxes to the government,
And our money's going to other foreign countries.
foreign countries,
Yeah.
there's no way where our government
Fair,
should
like,
be able
well,
to respond from fucking. We should have been able to send out tanks from Florida because we have reserves and National
Yeah.
Guards here to go to
Mm.
Texas. We could do
Yeah.
that. Like we have a. It's not like
I'm
our
sure,
train
I'm
system.
sure they
is down.
have some type of Navy boat or something sitting in
Yeah.
the Gulf.
Like there's always a way, especially if
There-
it's in America.
There is, but like I said, when people tell you who they are, believe that. Because like they've been saying the same rap over and over. Like, not to quote music, but Tupac always said there's war in the Middle East, but there's war in the streets on
Yeah.
poverty. But they go over there and fight that before they take care of what's here at home. And that's the truth. You know what I'm saying? There's more money to make over there. They're gonna lose money just helping the people over here. So it's all about making money at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So like
Middle
the
East, they go
American
in there 'cause
people,
there's gas.
you need to know that. Like, okay, that is their job to help us, but we have to prepare just in case they're not equipped to do that. You know what I'm saying? That's like, all right, I'm hanging off a cliff and I'm like, Phil, help me. You ain't got no arms. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, it's your job to watch my back, but if you can't help me, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know,
I think the best
you got to
thing,
be prepared. You know, you got to.
No,
I
it's
know
not
that
they-
wasn't the best
that was a-
analogy.
that was a
Like,
bad analogy because he can't help you. The
like,
government can. They're
let's
just
say,
like,
let's say he's got arms, but he's not strong enough to help me. You know what I'm saying? What if I got a lot of weight on me or something like that?
Yeah, or
and
he's,
he
just,
can't
or
help
he's
me?
just never been strong
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah, so like, yeah, so it's just like, you know, you don't know how equipped they are to help everybody out and how they can get the stuff in there. So like everybody needs to be prepared for anything, because like we prepare. Like my family's always been taught to prepare. Like, okay, if a storm, something freakishly happens, like you always have enough food to survive, like for a couple days and stuff like that, just in case. Like, hopefully the stuff never happens in our lifetime, but like just in case it does happen, like you can have like a cushion to where, okay, like, all right, now we need to make some real time decisions. Like, you know, food's here, like, you know, like, so
Yeah.
I just feel like everybody needs, this is a wake up call. It's not like it's nobody's fault. It's shit's gonna happen.
Yeah.
But it's just a wake up call, like, okay, guys, like, all right, now let's start being more prepared in these situations.
I think
Because climate change is real and it's
yeah,
happening.
It's gonna be here, and I think the silver
But-
lining in all
But
of
a
this.
lot of people in Texas and on the right side don't believe that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's also part of it
Part
too.
of the problem is like, well, your politics are telling you
Yeah, I was gonna make
that
a
shit's
joke.
fake.
To ignore it and that it's
Yeah.
a hoax.
Yeah.
Run
And
outside
then those,
and
and
shoot
then,
the storm.
and then those same people that are telling you it's fake are like, you
Uh,
should have been more prepared for this.
Yeah.
Like,
Right?
what?
I'm getting out of here.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But you got to stay. And also think that whenever disasters like this happen, the silver lining is that in times like this, I think it brings the humanity back to people. So people like on a local level, community level, it's always the people that help each other out the most. Like
Right.
fuck the government and all of that. The people are like, you know what, we here, we struggling, we
It's
all
the-
got
it's-
each other's
It's
back.
the people who helps the
Yeah,
people. You know what I'm
so-
saying?
Yeah,
Sounds
but
like
then,
socialism.
And then, right, and then when the thing I don't get about that is like, and I don't think we should go too far in either direction of socialism or fascism or whatever,
Yeah.
you know. But the thing is, like, that doesn't, stuff like this in the moment they'll help each other out, but that doesn't change their long term mindset.
Yeah, which is
That
wild.
doesn't and it's
Which is
it's
wild.
crazy to think. Like
I
did
think
you
some,
did you
though.
ever watch the documentary I sent about the immigration police?
No, I never saw it.
It's called it's on Netflix. I forgot what it's called. But basically there was a hurricane that hit like northern Florida, and the people that were cleaning it up mostly were illegal immigrants.
Yeah.
And they were paying them like only a little bit or something. I forgot what it was, but basically they were going them to help because they didn't have the skills to clean up and do anything or the means,
Yeah.
and all these illegal immigrants did that weren't criminals. They were just here trying to make a better life or whatever. And then when it came time to like vote to either help them stay here or whatever, like help them out in any way,
Like
they were like,
compensate 'em?
"Oh, I don't know, they're criminals. They're here illegally." When these are the same people that when your
Yeah.
house was broken down, helped you build it back up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I just think that's generally one body of people. One
Yeah, but
general.
it's
Yeah.
a big part of the body of people who live
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Because I think, like, even when in the Katrina disaster, I was at a bar talking to a guy that was there in New Orleans, and he was saying how, like, it didn't matter where you was from, bro. Like, everybody helped everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
George Bush is, and the thing, like, I don't know. So I follow this girl I know has a is like super not super right wing, but she's also very privileged, and she posted something that like she posted something saying so it was a meme, but it was like it was in regards to I think like the pandemic and wearing masks and stuff and whatever, but I think it said like the our founding fathers looking down from heaven on you guys as you give up your freedoms or whatever, or as you give up your freedom or something. And I'm like, and it was like George Washington, who owned slaves,
Yeah.
who, and our founding fathers were all for that, and like not really for freedom. So I'm
Yeah.
like, that's kind of like hypocritical for you to use that quote in this
Exactly.
like situation, and like they don't even make that connection. They don't understand or are miseducated in a way where they don't even realize. So
It's the same argument for
it's
reparations.
right.
What's like, well, I didn't have slaves.
Yeah, I didn't
I'm
do
like,
it.
do you understand what a reparation, like, what it means? It means you pay a debt.
Yeah.
That's all it means. America has never paid a debt to slavery. And they're like, well, I mean, we gave you guys your freedom.
You gave like
That's not a debt. Like, we should have had freedom.
Yeah,
these
exactly.
people
The
like
only reason they did that was to destroy the South.
right. It's so frustrating because
And you didn't do it because you were good people. You did to redistribute the wealth because
Yeah.
the South was running shit.
right, exactly, and they were gonna secede,
See, yeah.
and they were gonna be way more powerful or whatever
So-
because they had free labor.
Yeah.
And but people like, I feel like what the right doesn't understand, or a lot of people.
I don't even think it's the right anymore. I,
I
just
mean,
think
the right.
It's a
I
lot
think
of
it's just
people.
certain,
I think it's just a lot of people now.
a lot. Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of, yeah. I guess a lot of white people in general. I didn't want to generalize, but I feel like the majority of like that misunderstanding comes from people who also like lean right also.
Yeah.
And there's a misunderstanding with people who lean left. They are just like blindly like, all right, whatever, like I'm all for change or whatever. Not always, but sometimes. But what they don't understand is that the reason why the United States, like if you look at like developing country, like the United States was never a developing country, not because people knew what they were doing. It's because they had slaves and they had free labor and they had all these advantages that other countries didn't,
Mhm.
and they had all this land that they stole and just like pillaged and raped basically.
Yeah.
Not the people, but the people and also
They
the
did,
land, like the
yeah.
people and the land, and just used to chopping down trees like, oh, this is all like uncharted territory, it's new land, which it wasn't. Sold everything for way cheaper and got to a point where they have a great GDP and all that just because they were never a third world country, and never I mean, we probably were, but not in the sense that we have third world countries or developing nations now. Like there was never that because of the free labor, because of all the advantages that having slaves and black people afforded them.
And then not even just the having slaves part. It was the natives being here and embracing them
Yeah,
and helping them
and
survive.
helping them survive just
So
to
it's
be
like
turned around. Yeah.
you was never really third world because the natives knew the land, they understood the seasons, they knew how to crop and food and like and make
They helped you out.
Yeah, they helped you out. So it was like
And then
you
you
was never really
demonized them, and then
struggling.
you raped, you pillaged, you used
So
bioweapons
right,
against
so
them.
you got help, and then like you basically got handouts.
the whole time.
Then you got free labor off the backs of other people that gave the country wealth and all these people wealth.
And you can
White
say,
people.
oh, well, they struck deals with the natives and all that. It was either take the deal or
Yeah.
die. Like, you know what I'm
I mean,
saying?
they really.
Like,
I don't like the word "struck a deal" because
th-
it wasn't. They didn't get a fair
that's
representation.
no,
It's
but
all
look, that's what I'm
conniving.
saying. That's
It
what
was
that's literally what I'm
We
saying.
told
Yeah.
you to sign this, so we're gonna kill you.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, that's what I'm
so
telling you. They'll say
it's
like,
not-
they're like,
you know what I'm
oh, they
saying?
struck a deal. No, that deal
So when
was
it comes
like,
time
you're
for,
gonna
like,
take this or die.
reparations or help, not everyone, but people's response is always like, oh, just like pull yourself up by your bootstraps, or like get it done like
Nigga, we ain't got
my
shoes on.
ancestors
The
did,
fuck?
or whatever.
Like, yeah, your ancestors started with like a. Because I'm sure if my ancestors had the same opportunity, I would be where you are right now.
And it wouldn't be the same way.
Yeah, probably not.
It wouldn't be the same way.
Probably a lot further.
You know the kindness of the black people. You know what I'm
Probably-
saying? We
probably-
take in everybody.
Probably
You
a
know what
lot
I'm saying?
further because another big issue with this country is that the people who have money, and like the 1% and the people who have, are resistant to change because
It
gonna
doesn't
cost them.
benefit them.
Yeah, it doesn't benefit them, and it's gonna cost them money to make
Yeah.
those changes. Like, nah,
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather just keep burning stuff to the ground because it's
It
cheaper
makes money for me.
to invest in changing so that everything else will be better.
Because most people of color, I feel like, not most, but like, if you look around at the wealthiest people, I feel like a lot of people of color are always like, let me just put somebody else on. Like, I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's
Yeah.
weird. Like, you look at like Hove or like, let me see, Oprah. She's Tyler Perry.
Yeah, but I think you have that in other cultures too.
Yeah.
But it just stays within
In
their
America,
culture.
within
Yeah.
the context of America,
Yeah.
in white and black. So I don't see Jeff Bezos reaching out like, let me put somebody else on.
You don't
He
know
puts
that,
his
though.
own.
He probably
You
puts his
don't
own
know. He
people
puts
on.
his own people on.
I was
So
about to say Buddy from Reddit, but he's
I don't.
very
I don't
discerning,
agree with
so-
what you're saying because a lot of white folks, they put their families on
Nepotism.
a
Yeah.
lot
There's a ton
more
of
than we
nepotism.
do. We're so fucked up. Like I don't agree with you.
That's
It's nothing
fine. We don't
against
have
you
to agree with you guys.
because like we're so fucked up in the head and all that. Like we always hate on each other and stuff like that because we've been taught to hate ourselves for so long. But you look at
Or-
these white folks. He's
or
like,
that
oh yeah,
they're-
I got
yeah.
a small business loan of $1 million from my family, from my dad or something like that. And you're like, where's that at? And then I always go back to like that episode.
No, when I say
of,
on, I'm talking about information. I'm talking about like the,
yeah, but like you
passing
can
it-
have all the information, but you got to have the
you gotta have
means
money,
to
yeah.
use that information. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like they have the means to do that on a way larger scale than we
And
do.
not only that, is that they built that system too.
Yeah,
So they're
they-
ingrained in it.
Yeah, so like you can get a business loan not from a bank, from their family of $1 million, and they can go start their own business. But where we have to pull, where are we gonna pull these resources when you're in the hood and in the ghetto? You know what I'm saying? And like I say, like you can give them information, but it's always like I also say they teach us to hate ourselves and stuff like that. And there's an episode of Boondocks where this shit is like ingrained in my mind when I was a kid. When he was like the crabs in the bucket theory, like when a crab's
Yeah.
about to
Oh,
get
for
out,
sure,
he reaches
for
up,
sure.
and sometimes your homies be like that. Sometimes like you know what I'm saying. Like I've heard Kodak say it, like you know when you trying to get out and trying to make it, people try to pull you back down because they in there and that not knowing that you're trying to lift
Or
them
pull
up.
themselves up with.
Yeah, but I'm saying,
Yeah,
like,
hold on to you.
So when I
Um,
reference like Jay-Z, right? I'm saying like what Jay-Z did that I feel like a lot of wealthier people don't do, period, is give that information out to poor people. So Jay-Z, like in
Yeah,
his
okay.
music, he gives you blueprints. And I'm saying like is Jeff Bezos giving out the blueprints? Like what did you do?
Right.
To his people.
No, I'm saying Jay-Z gives it out to everybody. It's not just his people. Like if you fuck
Yeah.
with music, you can listen to whole
Yeah,
soundtrack.
but he's speaking to.
But like but that's what I'm saying. If you're in business, are these business leaders?
What I'm
giving out the
saying is you
blueprints?
can have the
Like,
blueprints.
you know what I'm saying? If that makes sense.
You can have the blueprints, but if you don't have the materials to build, how you gonna build that?
Yeah, but I think what the internet doing is changing now is that a lot of this information is getting out. So like regular people like us, we can start building with what we have.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
And
regular
before,
niggas
that,
like
that
us.
information wasn't even just given out, is what I'm saying.
Mhm.
That makes sense.
I understand what you're saying,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but I'm just saying if niggas ain't got the materials to build, like we got jobs, you know what I'm saying? We can make money, but like if niggas ain't got the materials to build, like what?
Nah, because
what-
you can get the like. Sometimes you don't have the materials, and then but at the
So-
same time, you can. There's innovative ways you can mobilize. You can get together as a group. You can
Yeah.
crowdsource. You can use group resources. But the problem before was like we never had the knowledge, right?
Right.
So now it's with access to the internet.
Right.
now
Yeah. Right
it's-
now, there's a lot of knowledge sharing.
the knowledge is there. It's knowledge sharing, and they're not looking for nothing, even though they already got it. They just giving it out like, bro, I'm good. I'm Gucci.
Yeah.
Let me help the poor people that don't got it. Let me help put them on for free. Like I'm just giving it. I'm giving y'all this game so y'all can choose to do what y'all want with it.
Yeah. So I don't know if you're saying that it's specific to, like, I guess not specific to black people, but yeah, in a way. But I think that's just more. That's a more popular thing now with the internet, and with. I don't think it's necessarily a culture thing, because if you look at the Asian community, they're always putting each other on. If you look at the Jewish
Mhm.
community, they're always putting each other on.
Oh, for sure.
And all of it, like, so I don't think it.
They practice group economics way more.
Right.
than anybody
So
else,
that
yeah.
that's when you were saying that you feel like that happens more within us. I don't think it happens more. It's just happening more now
Mm.
because of the situation and because of the tools that they have, and because this is the first time where we've had this many wealthy black people, or this many people who've like, all right, I figured out how to do it. Now I can actually
Help somebody
share
out, yeah.
without
Mhm.
without affecting not
Yeah.
without
My
affecting myself,
livelihood.
but but
Their
also
bottom line, yeah.
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 Not even their bottom line, but just like,
But
all right, now I actually do have the understanding that
But like, if we just being put on game, you know what I'm saying? It's like if we looking at it as a race, they're all the way out here, we back here. We just now starting to get the information and stuff like
Right.
that. That's what I'm saying, Phil.
And I think before we,
you guys are saying different things, but
even before, I think-
I wasn't never arguing the
well,
point with you. I was just
the
saying,
few
like,
instances,
they were gonna
'cause-
come back to each other.
well, I
Eventually,
disagree with that because there are few instances where we've had because when you say we never had this information, I disagree because the few instances we practice group economics, we've been met with resistance.
yeah,
So
Yeah.
it's like
Oh,
we've always practiced or at least tried to practice group economics, and you get met with so much resistance. Now it's a
not even
crap-
resistance,
Yeah.
but like systemic
racism. Yeah,
Yeah,
Not-
I
not
don't
even
think I
ra-
said
yeah,
it never
ra-
happened.
systemic racism,
Systemic
but
racism.
systemic like things put in place so that you can't progress.
and it's psychological too because it's like, okay, well, if you see what happens to like the civil rights leaders or Black Wall Street, it's like, well, why would I try to recreate that when I know they just gonna bomb our shit up? might as well just
Exactly.
focus on
That's exactly
myself.
what I'm saying. So like, I never said it never happened, but I'm saying we're still starting a race now to get to when they're already so far ahead. Even back then, like, okay, we were starting to get ahead, get up closer, but as soon as they put you back to the start.
Well, now you
So, you know
just
what I'm
can't
saying?
blatantly just come out and bomb us now because of the
Mm.
internet.
Yeah.
So,
But you
you
can
can
do
find
other,
other ways to do it.
you can
but-
do other things.
yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
So I don't know. I feel like they've been on game for hundreds of years and been helping each other out. And you know what I'm saying? Like they have the means. They have more of the means than we do. You know what I'm saying?
helping
like they can
helping
give
each other out while also holding other people down.
And yeah.
Maybe we start just holding people. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Like, let's make our own NBA, no whites allowed. No. Our own NFL, no whites allowed.
No whites allowed.
Yeah, but that's the whole argument about reparations to make up for that.
That's why it's
For that
it's
handicap
old,
that
yeah.
they've been given, you know what I'm saying? So like, you know,
'Cause
that's
now
the
it's-
whole
it's-
Like
argument
it's in
about
that video you sent where like the U.S. has paid reparations to a ton
everybody
of
else.
people,
Yes,
a ton of people, but except for the people that
That needed
actually
the
made
most.
this country what it is now.
Yeah. That needed the most and that built this country
Yeah.
to where it is now. You're not a superpower without black slaves. Specifically, like black slaves.
100%. That
Yeah.
like
So I
if
believe
you could point to one thing that made this country to do like how the stocks do is slavery.
Slaves. Yep.
yeah, that and Native Americans, they took their land as well. So like they get paid their reparations, we need to get paid our reparations. That's
Yeah,
my belief.
But they not only did they also killed off a ton of Native Americans and they
Mm-hmm.
gave them reparations. So
Yeah, they killed off a ton and it made them all relocate to Oklahoma, bruh.
yeah, but
That's
I would
crazy.
Killed
argue,
off a
so I
ton of
would
black
argue,
people too, though.
Yeah, that
yeah,
it
so I would
happened to
argue
us
even
too.
still
like,
like
you know.
slaves are still more slaves are more crucial to America's success than Native
Mhm.
Americans.
Oh yeah. To the whole of what the America is.
To the
like,
success
what
of
it's
America,
considered.
slaves are more crucial
But
than Native Americans.
To,
Even
to,
though
to the
a lot of it
government and all
intertwined.
that, yes, they're more critical to that. But I'm just saying, like the people you destroyed before that.
Yeah, there's a
Yeah,
really
you know
good
what I'm
book
saying?
called
So-
the Native American Holocaust. It
Yeah,
talks about how
Trail
the
of
Native
Tears.
American Holocaust is actually it's way worse than that. It's
Yeah. Oh, well,
it's
I'm just saying
bigger
like
than,
Trail of
like the
Tears and
actual
stuff like that.
Holocaust.
Yeah, because and part of it was we brought up, not we, white people brought a bunch of old world diseases over here.
Yeah.
You
Or
had
New World
smallpox,
diseases, like, all-
blankets, the common cold.
So it's saying if
That-
you paid attention to the actual numbers, you wouldn't like the I guess Jewish Holocaust
Yeah,
would not be that big of a deal.
not
I mean,
big of a
it's a
deal.
big,
It's a
Bro,
big
don't
deal.
say that, don't say that, don't say
That's not what he
that,
said.
don't
That's
say
not what he
that.
said.
not what he
That's
said.
not what I'm
That's
saying.
not what he said.
That's
I know,
not what
but-
I'm
It
saying.
wouldn't
Like,
be the
that was
same on the
worded-
same.
It would
That
pale
was-
in comparison if you just look at numbers of
That
black
was
people.
worded
Yeah,
very
yeah, yeah.
poorly. It's,
Right.
it's a big deal, but I'm saying it would hail in comparison to the numbers of the Native Americans that were killed.
All right, I'm trying to hear about you watching Malcolm and Marie with.
Oh
with
yeah,
your
we
girl.
went. This is the whole
Yeah, we
episode
just
of
went on
just
a tangent.
tangents.
Yeah.
I looked to all my Jewish folks. I did not mean that in a negative way.
We love
It
love
just-
Jewish people here.
It just came out wrong, but
But
I'm
how
not
was
anti-Semitic.
how was
Well, we
watching?
didn't even get into our top 3 fries.
I know, cause that went on way too long, and we have.
We're at an hour.
Are we?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm looking
Uh,
at this. We're only at an hour, and there was a lot of banter in the
Alright.
beginning. We're good. We're good on time.
All right. So something AJ just brought up, and something.
Wait, hold on. Zach just tried to censor me because his best friend Jewish, and I made an error.
No,
You ain't
he is
slick,
Jewish?
bitch. You ain't
Huh?
slick.
I forgot Justin was
Yeah.
Zach
No,
ain't slick,
but
bitch.
I'm just saying.
Nigga tried to censor me.
We
G.
live in South Florida where there is a lot of Jewish people.
I'm Jewish.
I apologize
Are
because
you?
I didn't. I said it
By
wrong.
like the fucking DNA thing, it says I'm like Jewish.
Well, I thought Jewish was a religion,
Like
though,
a
not
re-
a race. Because it's Judaism, no?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's like it's
Yeah, I feel like
But I
it's,
think-
it's also like an. I don't know if it's an ethnicity, but it's like I
Yeah,
feel like it's bigger than a
yeah,
religion.
it's
yeah,
bigger
it's
than just a
weird.
religion.
Like, because there are people that it does like show up in their DNA. Maybe it's because
Mm.
they originate from Israel or whatever.
Yeah,
Interesting.
some like 7% of it. So I can say whatever I want. bro.
Um,
I can say whatever I want.
No,
but
but
we
I'm cool with a bunch of Jewish
Nah.
people. All of like, not all of my close friends, but a
Yeah.
lot of
I got a
People
hell
I'm
of
cool
homies
with.
that's Jewish. Like,
I love the
I fuck
Jews.
with
all
it.
right.
fuck
Before
with
we get back on the same topic,
fries.
Nigga tried to cancel me. That's all I'm mad at. You tried to cancel me.
I'm not trying
Karen.
to cancel you. I
didn't
was
try to
trying
cancel you,
to.
he
He's
just-
muting
I
you.
was trying to stop you from putting your
Getting
foot in your
canceled?
worth in your mouth.
Wait, Karen's
even
And
more.
your
cancel people? I
worth.
thought people canceled
Putting your foot in your worth.
No, I apologize. I said we all acknowledged it. But whatever. Go home. Go ahead.
Yeah, we
Zarin.
stopped them.
Go home. I am home.
Fucking call a
nigga.
nigga Zarin.
Zarin.
All right. So Chick-fil-A, McDonald's, Arby's, Wendy's, Burger King, Five Guys, Steak and Shake. I think it's Whataburger. Yeah, it is Whataburger and Checkers. People on Twitter was saying to rank your top 3 fries.
And you have to choose from there.
Yeah.
I guess some of those aren't even national brands. I was gonna say maybe because they're
No, they
national
are, no?
brands.
I think the only one that's
Whataburger's
not
not
is
national.
Whataburger.
I
Everything
feel like
else.
What else is
Everything
on
else
there?
is
Whataburger's
like,
not. Well, no, Whataburger's made it to Florida.
Yeah, but it's still not everywhere.
Not
though.
like nationally being like
All
everywhere.
50
Like
states,
a
my fault.
Yeah.
wait, what else is on there? Let me see the list.
Hey,
You don't
Burger
have to-
King got some good ass fries.
So I'll go first.
I'll go
So
second.
going from 3.
So wait, because wait, hold on. I was gonna say like I have other places who I think have better fries, but are we only going off this list?
Yeah,
or
only
can
off
we-
that
Only
list,
off
and
this
then
list.
we'll say what's
Okay.
good after. Hold on, let me see it real quick, Brandon, because I forget what my 3 is. My 3 would probably be McDonald's, then 5.
Number
Guy-
one?
No,
Oh,
3.
three? Okay.
Like that's the lowest one. Then 5 Guys at 2, and then easily Chick-fil-A number 1 for me.
So for me, mine number 1 is Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, I don't even know if Chick-fil-A is technically national. Either.
Yeah, they got.
Yeah, that's
Well,
true.
my number 1 is Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
My number 2 is Mickey D's, and I would say 3 is probably Arby's. The curly fries is elite.
Damn.
Niggas
Go
sleep
ahead.
on the curly fries.
I've never had Arby's before, so I can't say.
It depends if they're all like in their prime. They're like fresh out the.
They
the
fresh, bro.
fryer
They
and
all
that.
prime.
Jeez. I gotta say Five Guys is number 3.
Okay.
I had to say, fuck. Number 2 has got to be Chick-fil-A for me,
Okay.
and then number 9 because there's a Checkers.
No, you're number 1.
I mean, well, I looked at
It's
number 9. My
on
fault.
the
My
list.
fault.
Yeah.
Number 1 has got to be Checkers.
Wait, so
Checkers.
no McDonald's on that list?
Checkers.
Or no, you
Checkers
don't
has
have
gotta be
you don't have
number
Chick.
one.
Oh, you have Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, no McDonald's.
No McDonald's.
Oh, AJ, what you got?
I would Chick-fil-A number 1, number 2. Off that list. Wait, what were the rest? Let me see. I would say personally, I would say Steak and Shake, and then
That's
and then
my
McDonald's.
that's my worst.
What? Yeah,
If
My-
they're
if you
They're
but
not
if
that
you-
bad.
yeah, they're really
Like
good. They're
4.
they're fresh. They're like real potatoes.
yeah,
If,
if
you
it
throw some
said-
fry season on them, they're good. And
Mm.
I like that they do that too because they're not heavily
Yeah.
salted or whatever, or one way. You
but
can kinda
aren't
make
they
'em how you
super
want.
skinny if I remember correctly?
Yeah,
they're,
yeah.
They're thin.
say
Yeah,
your
they're
third.
Yeah,
super
they're.
skinny.
I said,
they're
oh, my third was I think McDonald's.
Also, Chick-fil-A, Steak and Shake, McDonald's.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if it was one's got to go, it would definitely be Steak and Shake for me.
I
Mm.
personally, this is also like not a national brand or like anywhere
me,
but
it'd be
South
Wendy's.
Florida. I like Wendy's too.
Wendy's
Can't
are
stand
pretty good.
Wendy's fries are
Wendy's
trash,
and Burger
so
King
yeah,
are pretty
not
much
bad.
the same.
Wendy's
Literally.
and Burger King. I
I
think they're
think
very.
Burger
I
good.
think
King-
Burger
Burger
King's a
King's
way
way
Wendy's
better
have
than
like
Wendy's.
natural cut fries.
Wait, you said
They're
you
both
think
probably
Burger King's
natural
way
cut
better
fries.
than Wendy's?
Yeah, bro. Wendy's fries are trash. They've
Burger
always
King
been.
is
Wait, I
natural
thought you
cut.
just said Wendy's was good.
I
No,
eat
I
Burger
said they
King.
were
I eat
bad.
Burger King a lot.
Yeah.
I eat
Yeah.
the Burger King the
That's
most
also
in his
you
place
also have
right
a
now.
Checkers right by your house too. So I
Yeah,
think that's part of it
Burger
too.
King's right next door to
Yeah.
Checkers. So you know what I'm saying. So it's just like, you know what I mean. Like pick your poison. I remember all the time reason why Checkers is number 1, even though that one had rats and stuff like
Oh my
that. I
gosh.
still go because they just taste so good. Like you know what I'm
See,
saying.
I really
It was
liked
just
them.
like-
I really liked them as a kid, but now they're just like way too salty.
And
They're
there's
like-
Yeah,
and
because
they're really oily too. They're like
Yeah.
kind of like soggy,
Yeah,
not
'cause-
soggy, but like
you got trash people working there. Back in the day, we used to have good, wholesome workers.
Maybe it's nostalgia, but fresh McDonald's fries still reign
Yeah.
supreme. The only reason I have Chick-fil-A higher is because
Bro.
their sauces are better and they're a little
wait.
bit
So you had
softer.
Chick-fil-A number one?
I had Chick-fil-A number
Okay,
one,
yeah,
then
I-
McDonald's.
I think Chick-fil-A.
Because I feel like McDonald's, a fresh batch of McDonald's fries still reigns
Well,
supreme.
waffle fries, like if it's no matter, like if I were to
Awesome.
just go to the store right now, buy frozen fries, waffle fries is what I'm getting every time.
Yeah.
They
But
just
ain't
taste
nothing
So-
like a checker fry and a milkshake. I used to be out of school all the
My-
time. I go steal some candy, and then
Steal some candy.
I shouldn't be saying that. Steal some candy, sell it at
Statute of
school,
limitations,
go
you
home.
Gucci.
We're gonna put that out. You know what I'm saying? So I go sell my candy, come home, like the checkers is right there. I get me a milkshake and fries, and I'll be good. It's like living. That's nostalgia right there. Just
Wait.
dipping it in the
It's
milkshake.
crazy the things that we could eat when we were younger
Yeah.
and just be like still in great shape. It's just,
For real.
If I ate that
if you
shit
eat
now,
a
I'd
milkshake
die,
and pie, then run 2 miles.
Wait, I'm trying to hear.
Like we would before like between like we lifting weights in high school and then practice.
Yeah.
We would go to McDonald's.
Same,
and be able to just
same.
run for days. I was like,
Same.
yo, can't do that now.
Let's eat
But
great
I think
gangbangs.
I'm trying to hear what fries
Flanagan's-
you like that weren't on the
Flanagan's
list.
fries.
Flanagan's. Okay.
They're curly, but not like the orange kind of
Yeah.
curly fries. They're like fresh potatoes. They're just perfectly salted to me. And
I feel like
White
curly
Castles.
fries are my least favorite.
Fuck
type of fries.
Flanagan's.
White
said what?
Castle's fries.
I think curly fries are my least favorite. Kind of
I don't like
I like
curly
curly
fries, like the
fries.
heavily seasoned curly fries, like the ones that are normally they're curly,
Yeah.
but they're just like yellow, I guess, or whatever
Yeah.
regular fries. are.
Arby's is number 4. That's
They're
all I
just
gotta
cut
say.
curly.
Yeah, you said White Castle. I've never had
White
White
Castle,
Castle.
like a fresh White Castle fries is good. But for me,
Yeah,
like
White
for-
Castle's
for-
in
They
Chicago?
did, but I never.
yeah, White Castle's all
Oh,
over Midwest.
I thought you meant in Ohio. They had it in Ohio, but I never ate it. I
Listen
think
out,
Burger
bro.
Fi has very underrated fries.
Agreed. I forgot all about Burger Fry.
I don't like Burger Fry.
I like
Really?
Burger Fry fries.
not a big fan.
I like Burger.
Really?
Not a big fan.
Keep it there. oh
I was
the-
bourbon. I was bourbon.
No,
But
I like
really
them.
like truffle fries, and they have the
Yeah.
good aioli or whatever the
Okay.
truffle. Yeah,
Then what? So let's just talk about Not those are mostly like fast food.
yeah.
What regular restaurants, national brands are? I kind of like. I don't know how. I don't think I would like Ale House fries by himself, but Ale House fries in a Mountain Milk are fire.
Yeah. If
Yes.
you don't have Miller Ale House by you, I feel sorry.
Yeah, your life's
Is-
miserable.
Yes, they have a thing called a Zinger Mountain Melt. So they have zingers, which are just chicken tenders essentially.
Oh, shit.
You can get
Thank
them in.
It's loaded. It's basically loaded fries with like
Yeah.
good chicken tenders on them.
Mhm.
And
So, yeah,
cheese,
cheese,
and chives.
That's what
Bacon,
loaded fries-
scallions,
yeah, scallions,
and a whole lot of fucking goodness.
So I always get mine dipped in honey barbecue,
Oh, bitch.
extra scallions, no bacon, fire every time. Extra ranch, extra
You
honey
gotta
barbecue
get that
on the
garlic
side.
parm.
Garlic parm.
Garlic
me and Brandon
parm.
ordered the same thing
Hell yeah.
I
With a
used to do
sweet tea.
buffalo
with a
and honey
sweet tea.
barbecue.
Same
Yeah.
drink, same
Oh,
everything.
yeah, same
I could
thing.
eat a mountain. I think all of us, minus Phil, could eat a mountain melt. Like,
Shit. Hey, what
I
we
used to
ordering
could throw
tonight?
one
What
bite.
we eating?
yeah.
Mountain melts.
I don't know what actual
Shane's had some good fries.
they did.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah.
remember
Luke would get a
Shane's
whole another
fries.
plate of fries. He's
I like their
want
chicken
double
tenders
fries
better than
and
their
on the
fries.
side." You like it- yeah,
Thinking that they chicken, I just can't remember their fries because I only went there for the like.
national
Yeah.
national brands though. Who
Bro, you
else?
eating there was the funniest shit. 'Cause you eat so slow.
Who has
Bro,
good truffle fries?
Don't
Yard House
ever
good?
eat with Phil.
I don't eat that slow
Phil
anymore.
You'll
is-
be there for 3 hours.
I don't think
Phil
I eat
is-
that slow anymore.
Bro, you still eat slow.
No, I
Not
don't.
as slow as you did before. So in comparison to the old you eat faster now.
Cause y'all niggas, they like y'all was in the military and was on a time
And
limit.
Phil got
Well,
a
you're-
baby ass stomach.
He's also vegan now, so
Yeah.
like that food doesn't really hold no weight. So
Phil
you
got a
just
baby
throwing that
stomach.
away.
Never finishes his meal. Did you finish your? I feel like a dad. Did you finish your food?
Nah, the thing is, I
No.
I shouldn't have let you
I ate all
podcast
my
until
meal.
you.
I eat all my food now because I get full fast.
Uh,
But like vegan food, you can just throw that shit down and be
Yeah.
straight.
For real.
You can fart and feel like you haven't eaten anything, which
Yeah.
is great.
You can fart. and feel like yeah.
I'm serious.
I didn't
you
know what he's talking
you
about.
can stuff your face right, and then you just.
yeah.
I feel like I could eat again.
Yeah.
And that's how it is.
Anything else on the fries?
Well,
Yeah.
who has good truffle fries? That's like a national restaurant. I think Yard House maybe.
Yeah, Yard House does have some good truffle
I really
fries.
don't order truffle fries.
See, I love truffle oil. I never
Yeah.
realized that I love truffle because I didn't realize it was an
It was
oil.
yeah, it was an there's an oil and then they put the parmesan on it
Yeah.
too. So it
Because
kind of like
we used to get HelloFresh, and all my favorite HelloFresh meals all included
truffle oil.
So now I just buy truffle. But truffle oil is expensive. It's
It
like
is
$13
for like a little
for a
bottle.
little ass bottle.
Have
I
you
put it
has-
in my
May has some at her
eggs.
house.
I
You
put
put
it
it in
on
your
it.
eggs.
Yeah, I put
You
it
sound
on
like
everything.
me.
Have you tried the truffle hot sauce that I got? That's just
Nah, I
fire.
need to.
You haven't tried it?
But it's like
Nah.
$13 a bottle too.
You buy
got
from
some.
it's from
Yo,
Publix.
how did you not try it? We did it
Who, me?
during a podcast. You definitely tried it, Zach.
Nah,
The truffle hot sauce?
Yes.
I didn't have any.
We never tried anything.
We do at my house. I
He
made
100%
everybody
did.
get
I,
it.
This is-
I didn't
Yes,
have
you
any.
You did, bro.
I
I gave
promise.
it
You
to
said
everybody.
you said you love truffle and you said it was fire, bro. You have, you're like
I'm
Luke
like,
right
wait,
now.
I thought I
don't
gave
remember
it to
that.
all y'all.
I don't remember
for
that
Phil's
at all.
birthday, I had this man pick up salty donuts that I ordered, and he still can't remember going to get them.
Was
right now.
the truffle hot sauce the same day?
No, it wasn't the same
No,
day.
but we were at the house and I was like, and I told y'all about it. And I was like, trying to put it in
Yeah.
a cap and y'all all finger dip.
I don't think I fingered
I don't
it.
remember.
No, I didn't figure it.
Nah,
You poured it like a thing on.
Yeah, I don't think I,
I
did it.
genuinely don't remember.
Oh, you don't? I remember it now, but I don't
Yeah,
remember
it was
the
the same day-
truffle in this.
It was the same day I brought snacks and some chips.
Yeah,
Remember,
I remember you having chips.
Everybody was there.
Yeah, everybody tried it.
You got it from Publix?
Nah, you can. It was like I remember seeing it on like on social media, an
Whole
advertisement.
Foods.
Oh, okay.
You
Oh,
get
yeah.
Bro, Whole
You can
Foods,
get it from
real
Whole
quick.
Foods.
And of course, we all know Whole Foods has amazing food, just in general. But their desserts, they have amazing desserts at Whole
Oh,
Foods in their
facts.
bakery.
They have vegan cookies that feel a little.
They got Zach's
Bro.
vegan.
Diet
They
bread.
got Zach's vegan bread in Whole Foods bakery.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Zach the Baker's a bakery down here in Miami.
Bro, their carrot cake cupcakes are one of the best things I've ever had in my life. Y'all know I love carrot cake.
Yeah.
They also have a brownie cookie that's fucking amazing. Like, I wish I didn't find out that the desserts are so good because I feel like once I get off this health kick that I'm on right now, I'm going to just be at Whole Foods all the time getting desserts out the bakery.
Whole Foods just does a really good job of having a lot of products
doing
that you have to
everything.
order.
Yes.
So
Whole Foods is amazing.
yeah, so it's not granted they're expensive, but it's like if you're really looking for something, you'd be like, you know what, I can't find this anywhere. I should probably go to Whole Foods because they probably got it.
I see what you mean.
I low key want to go there.
It's like, oh, you want some truffle oil dipped in? I don't know. Whole Foods probably got that shit.
Whole Foods definitely feels like it should be like you need a membership, like Sam's Club, BJ's.
Oh yeah.
And I'm so glad that they don't, because I would get a membership just for
Nah,
Whole
bro. I
Foods.
feel like they do better without having a membership because you can still be
Of
like a Whole Food
course,
members.
yeah. But
Well, you technically got a membership if you got Amazon Prime.
that's true.
That's true.
But I don't order shit online. I want to go into the store.
Yeah.
But you know, rich niggas, because that's one who shops at Whole Foods just to feel more exclusive.
They would want a
Whole
membership.
Foods is still gonna do well with having a membership.
But their
Yeah.
membership would be Amazon Prime. Cause I'd be like, fam, I got Prime.
Yeah.
I'm a member here.
Yeah.
I'm not paying an additional membership because I got Prime.
I ain't paying for none of the food here. I'm just gonna walk out with that bitch because I'm a prime man.
That's what I got Prime for.
But
Bitch.
something Brandon will pay for is Kid Cudi merch that costs how much?
$480.
He won't. He said.
So, as everyone knows, if you didn't know, Kid Cudi and Brandon share the same birthday.
Shout out, Cudi.
Scott
You said his
Muscudi.
every birthday.
How much was the merch that you saw?
Bro, I saw it was like $450. Somebody said this is the best $450 I've ever spent in my life.
You want to know why? Because they got them some bathing names. They got them some
Soldier
bathing
boy, I've
names.
been in. No. I would never in my life spend that much money on a hoodie. I'm a bum.
Oh, so it's a hoodie.
Yeah, I'm a
He said I'm a
bum.
bum.
Anything like that, it's hard for me. I get
Yeah.
buyer's anxiety buying big
Yeah.
time shit,
Same.
and especially for like something that I know that
You do like shopping though. I feel like you usually get sales though.
clearance all
That's how I
the
shop,
time.
yeah.
That's the only way I shop.
I'm just cheap. So whenever I see
Yeah.
anything over like 100, I'm like, I don't see the value in it.
yeah.
Because I bought a pair of jeans for $90 and I won a bitch 3 times. And now it's-
$90?
Yeah, but if it was BOGO, you definitely would have bought it. All
Nah.
Phil has to do is
If it
see
was
a sale.
BOGO and hat and 70% off, I would have got it.
Yeah. So, me personally, I would never spend that amount of money. $450 on
What
it.
if it was the hoodie and a meet and greet with Kid Cudi? Would you pay for that?
Oh well, yeah, of course.
That's
It's
cheap.
The
like,
meet and greet alone is worth it.
I'm paying for the meet and greet, not the
Yeah.
hoodie. The hoodie I can
Yeah,
give
yeah.
two shits about.
What
You know
if
what
it
I'm
wasn't a meet and greet? What if it was a signed hoodie? Would you pay that?
No,
I
Yeah.
wouldn't.
no, I would not. I would not. I went to his concert, Passion Pain Demon Slaying, and I got sweatshirt for like $80. Like I'll spend that. Like you know what I'm saying? Because like
Yeah.
I wear it, and you know. Something like that, like clothing, is something you're gonna wear and you're gonna wash, and it's just gonna get like worn down over time. And as soon as you buy it, that shit ain't worth what is.
And I feel like whenever you buy merch from a concert, it's going directly to the artist, so you're still supporting your favorite
but
artist.
this is like Bathe
Like
and Ape
that's
and
bait,
Kid Cudi.
yeah. Like,
I
and it's a
mean,
cross collaboration. I don't really care about the other brand.
If it was 200 and not Bape, it was just something Cudi was putting out. You doing that?
No,
Yeah. $80 is your max.
no.
What was your max?
120.
I would.
You do 120.
I only bought it because it was $80 because it was the experience.
Yeah.
So
The
you wouldn't do 120
experience.
Yeah.
for like a
The
limited
experience.
Yeah, but you bought Kanye. Well, how much was that Kanye shirt and sweater?
I don't fucking know, like $80.
It was more than 80. It was
From-
definitely more
Nah,
than
nah,
80
it
because that
wasn't.
the album attached.
Yours
to it
was
too.
like 100 and something.
From the Life of
Your
Pablo.
jacket?
Oh, my hoodie.
The
Yeah.
Life
Yeah,
of
yeah.
Pablo.
No.
Nah, mine was like $70, $75
Life of
The
bucks.
Pablo.
same Pablo.
Nah, Kid
thing,
See
right?
Ghost.
No, Kids See Ghost.
Kid
Yeah.
See Ghost.
Yeah, because
I
the same
spent-
Pablo shirt that I got with Kim on the back, that was like maybe 60.
60. It was 60 because I had that too.
Yeah, I got it too.
That was at the concert.
And I
too, though.
wore that bitch out, and it had holes in it.
The
Like I
mint-
wore that so much.
The mint.
I got my wares
same-
out of it.
The mint St. Pablo with the like red thing right here. That was like 100 something, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, my cap on anything like a shirt or something is like $80. Like you know what I'm saying? Like that's some, and
That's a lot
I
for
spent
a shirt.
$80 on a sweatshirt from Kid Cudi.
Yeah.
I spent like $70 on the Kid See Ghost, wherever it was, because I really liked the album, and I really thought it was like on time,
The
and
merch
so I
was
bought
dope
it.
too. Like it was.
Yeah,
Really,
it looked
like,
pretty
it was
good. Like
Tekashi, it was
it's
Tekashi
Tekashi Palm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I
Plus-
was like, yeah, I'll buy it. But like anything going over 100, bro, it's like literally, yeah, it's like, yeah.
Yeah,
like,
but it's tough for the artists because like they put that stuff out and then it gets sold out and then they see it going for $500 a pop, and people are buying it
yeah.
and they're missing out on all that money. So I mean, I can't when I heard that, obviously it's bait, but even still, if you were selling this stuff for 400 and people were buying it and it was sold out, I'm like, bet more power to him. That's better because I'd
Yeah.
rather him get the money than a
Yeah.
bunch of resellers who are just gonna buy
I
buy
agree.
it and stuff.
I agree with you. I'm just saying I would.
You just
buy
wouldn't buy it. Yeah,
I wouldn't buy it
I'm
because
too-
if I buy it, I'm just gonna want to wear it,
Yeah.
and like
Yeah.
I'm just gonna ruin $400 in
that's
a
just throwing
couple
it down
days.
the drain. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like for the people who buy it and
Well,
sell it,
not
all
if
the
it's
power
worth
to you.
it to you.
Well, I'm too regular for high fashion.
That's not even half.
It's not even high fashion.
But if it's $450, yeah, that's high
You
fashion.
call
to
it-
me.
yeah, it's
The
like
price
designer or
tag is
whatever.
high
That's designer.
fashion.
Yeah, I'm
but, like,
too
it's
regular
not
of a dude for any
Yeah.
design. Like
Yeah.
I really don't
bro,
do design.
I don't try to
honestly-
buy too much out of my
Yeah.
means.
Even if
If
I
that
had
makes
the means,
sense.
I probably still wouldn't.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
that's just me though.
Same, because I mean, because
Unless
like
I was like framing it or something, like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, you know, like for 20 years, and
Right.
look, and then I can
And
sell
might,
it
it's
because
an asset.
artwork,
It might
you know,
appreciate.
because everybody's gonna wear their shit, and everybody's gonna want to chase the cloud. Everybody's gonna want to wear it, put it on Instagram. All this shit gonna get worn out and faded, but my shit's gonna be in a case,
Mm-hmm.
like straight up.
like
but,
dead
like,
stock.
I don't have the means for that. Like I don't
Right.
have the money to keep that shit like fresh. And,
Yeah, but that money's going to Scott Mescudi, and he might executive produce another film.
All my
Malcolm
designer
Marie?
about thrifting, so I have designer in my closet.
yeah,
I got at
He
an
might-
extremely great
Yeah.
rate,
Executive produce another.
I'm
another-
strictly for the clearance racks.
and I'm like, oh, this is Burberry.
Strictly
Burberry.
Shoes.
Burberry.
Burberry.
shoes, clothing,
Listen,
underwear,
Is that the
clearance.
elitist way to say it?
I don't know.
Burberry.
All right.
But
I
that-
really. Oh, sorry.
I was
go ahead.
I kept transitioning. You guys didn't catch it.
bad.
Executive produced
I
by
was
Scott Mescudi.
Okay, so I really want to hear about Phil watching Malcolm,
Malcolm
and
and
Marie.
Marie.
How was the
He
experience?
took our advice.
I
I'm
did.
proud of you. He didn't watch it on Valentine's Day or the day before.
It's because I went to sleep. Honestly,
Yeah,
it's because I was buns and I went to sleep at 10 o'clock
on Valentine's Day.
on Valentine. I was tired, but I had a long day.
That's lit.
So how was watching the movie?
I thought it was good. Like me and Danny watched it last night. I enjoyed it. It wasn't as bad as maybe I was expecting worse.
I mean, we did kind of hype it up, but at the same time,
Yeah.
you could probably see
Honest-
where we was coming from.
Right.
But I see the brutal honesty that y'all was
Yeah.
talking about. And honestly, like after watching it, I'm like, they're definitely toxic because you should never be talking to your significant other like that
Yeah.
and then making up and then doing it again. That's wild. But then two, I enjoyed the monologues coming from like being in acting school.
Yeah.
Like when
They were super
when
dope.
Zendaya did her little part when she was like, I should have been in the movie.
Yeah.
That was fire.
With the knife.
Yes, bro.
Yeah.
That was fire.
Mm,
That was like
yes.
probably
was
my favorite
fa-
part of the
yeah,
movie.
Yeah. That's what we. I
Yes,
think you went to the bathroom
Zendaya.
when we brought it up
Yeah.
last time.
She
But,
snapped.
yeah. That's my favorite.
She
And
better win an Oscar.
it was weird though. Watching that movie, my attraction kind of went down a little bit for her because she's so fucking skinny.
She is tiny, but she's still.
I
Like
love
her
her.
face is so cute, but I just need more meat on them bones. And I know that's probably
You
not
didn't
the,
see that little bit of booty meat
When
Malcolm
he
had
was
in his
biting
hand?
on it.
that little baby meat that was like trying to switch. I'm like,
That's
oh,
okay.
she needs some more. She needs some milk.
Nah, she perfect the way
But
she is.
She is.
She's still cute, but it was just like, I don't know.
Hey, that's my girl. Stop talking about it
I
like
thought
that.
John David Washington did a great job. I thought the music was excellent.
Yeah.
Like in terms of like the songs and their position to the
Yeah.
storyline
Yeah.
and what they meant in that situation, like that shit was fire. I thought it was a good movie. Probably wouldn't watch it again just cause
Yeah.
it's long.
Once and yeah, it was like 2 hours. But once you see it once, like you know,
Yeah.
it's
It's
like one of
good,
those
yeah.
movies. I would watch it again just to like now that I have the knowledge, I can look for different
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
If I'm trying to do like a film breakdown or whatever.
But it was good. I definitely recommend it. It met my expectations. Like I didn't finish it and be like, man, that shit was
Did
trash.
it
But you like you
remind-
said, you felt it was long, right?
Yeah.
Like like that's what I said. If they made this a short film, made it an hour
And a half.
15, or hour and a half as a regular movie.
Yeah, but it felt close. Like it was only like a minute and an hour and 48, but it
No,
felt
it was close to 2
It
hour.
was closer to.
Yeah.
No, I'm pretty sure it
It
was
was
like
like
hour
hour
42 or
48.
hour.
Oh, never
It was
48.
mind.
like
I thought it
hour
was-
48, but it felt like 2.
Yeah, but if it was like an hour, like if you shave off 30 minutes, is a lot in a movie. That's percentage wise, like 30% of the movie almost.
They could have took out like the first 5 minutes of him singing.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
could have
that's-
sped that shit up.
Yeah,
And,
but like,
like,
if
the
you
very,
make it
very
a short,
end
if you
kinda
make it a
dragged, too.
short film, I think like that's what my take was last time. It kills everything, wins every
Yeah.
award or whatever.
They could have got rid of him looking for. That was
Yeah.
another waste of
Yeah.
10
Looking
minutes.
what?
When
Looking for
looking
when
for
she
her.
went
Oh,
to
when they
pee.
was like,
Yeah. Marie!
and he's like
Marie!
walking around outside.
Marie!
I
actually
hated the
like
way he
that
said
part.
Yeah,
Marie.
yeah,
Like they should have picked a different name.
Marie!
It should have been like Jacob and Jessica. I don't know.
Nah.
Bro, just the way he
Jacob and
pronounced
Marie!
the way he pronounced Marie. It was just like it was like he had candy in his mouth.
Yo, he really was on her head for addiction. I was just
Yeah.
like, yo, this nigga's an asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then I was like, damn, there's a lot of truth he's saying.
There's a lot of truth, and it was like she was it. I can see like personally, I can relate or whatever. Not that I would have handled it or said stuff like that in that way, but I can relate because she's attacking him and saying you were only with me, so you can make a movie about me.
Yeah.
Like that is I feel like people don't like credit how not how personal but how like character attacking that is
Yeah.
because John David like Malcolm's are more easily seen as like okay you're just attacking that person like you're saying stuff that you don't need to say, you could have said something different, but that is like no, actually now I think about it, I think you're actually with me just so you can make
She's
a
trying to hit that
movie,
nigga where it hurt.
like yeah like a movie about me, whatever, like that. Not only that is discredits their relationship, like it discredits all the reasons why and like his love for her and why he was able to or why he helped her through that stuff.
Yeah.
That's like I don't know, I feel like it's a bigger shot than people give it credit
Yeah.
for.
And I think her role, it was weird because she felt like the victim.
Yeah.
And I think both of them were victims at
Yeah.
some point. But you just felt more compassion towards her because he was so straightforward.
Right, exactly.
But I appreciated his honesty.
Because it was brutal
It was
in your
brutally
face.
honest, yeah. And hers was very subtle,
And like
like you said.
what I said was I think it was 51 Zendaya, like 49 John David Washington, who was right, or like Malcolm and Marie in their stances, because at the basic point or like the principle was that he should have thanked her.
Facts.
So if you take everything else out, if you should have thanked, he should have thanked her. Yes.
Yes. And he forgot, which is wild.
Right.
So you giving all this praise to all these other people, and all you had to do was thank me.
That's why
Which is so funny how it ended too.
Right. I feel
Thank
like that would not that it would never happen because obviously it could probably happen,
Yo.
but I feel like that might not. I feel like there's no way that in real life this Malcolm dude was gonna forget to thank her.
I feel like maybe.
If he thanked a ton of other people, but maybe
Yeah.
you know.
But
But
there's no way you
that
go
just gives
through.
him more like that just plays into like the character they made
Yeah,
more
that's just why you go through all that, and all you hear is "thank you." I'm sorry.
at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That could have been a whole movie.
Exactly.
It could have been a whole movie from the jump. Thank you. I'm sorry.
What else we got, Zach? Oh, Judas and the Black Messiah. Go ahead, Phil.
Fire. What y'all think? I told my
Yeah,
thoughts.
Oh, you did.
Well,
I guess, yeah.
but you
said
tried not to
you
not
didn't say
spoil it.
anything.
Oh no! I thought the movie was great. I thought it did excellent job at showing the police role in the disbandment of the Black Panthers.
Oh, you mean like the federal
The
government?
federal government's role in
'Cause
the
it's
disbandment of the Black Panthers. I think it did a really great job of just showing how they pit blacks against blacks.
Yeah.
So to perpetuate that crab in the cycle, we never look out for each other. Like we can never advance because there's always some Uncle Tom gonna fuck up the whole shit.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, not only that, like,
some
hey,
coon.
let me pander to you. Like, one, he not they didn't really trap him, but they gave him like a plea or whatever.
Yeah.
And they never they never really gave him something solid. Like, all right, this is you do this and you're out.
Yeah.
So they constantly had his thumb on him or whatever.
Yeah.
And,
So oh, sorry.
And they also kind of I like the way they did it. I don't know if that's how that actual agent felt, but he was talking to I don't remember the dude's name, Lakeith Stanfield's character, saying like, oh, like this is like trying to point out like the negatives that could come, like, oh, look at all this danger that could cause, that could kind of make him sympathize, like, okay, yeah, like this might be in my interest or something. And then it showed the actual FBI agent kind of feeling a little bit like that, and then when his higher ups are telling him to do more, he's like, guys, wait, what are we actually doing now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it showed a lot of good dynamics and kind of made you feel like, I mean, it isn't based on a true story, but even
Yeah.
just from a movie perspective, kind of gave, it could have been painted one direction, like, hey, they're terrible, they're great, but it kind of it showed humanity in
Yeah.
almost all the people who participated, because like
Minus the
there was
FBI.
no humanity for the people who were the
In
higher ups in the
nah,
FBI.
none at all.
So I don't really know much about the Bible, because that's what Judas is from, right?
Yeah.
I-
Judas pretty much backstabbed Jesus.
He sold
He
Jesus
sold
out.
Jesus out.
Yeah. So I mean, that is what happens in this story, in the movie, and in real life. But I kind of don't like how Lakeith Stanfield's character is portrayed as Judas, because, like, yes, he does backstab. What's his face?
Fred Hampton.
Yeah, Fred Hampton. But like, he didn't really have a choice. I feel like
He did.
I mean, he did. He would have been locked up, yes.
Yeah.
But it was like, okay, of course, self-preservation is like just human nature.
Yeah.
And this goes to Phil's point about people being weak. That is a weak move. Him kind of throwing someone else under the bus over himself. But you could tell at a certain point he didn't want to be a part of this.
Yeah.
Like, it was, they had him by their thumb, like, and he had no option really at that point.
But he's Judas.
He did have. I mean,
He had options.
always have
Like he
options.
could have went
Yeah.
to Fred Hampton and be like, "Yo, this is what I've done."
Yeah,
But
not
he's-
just what I've done, but like
Yeah.
this is
Like,
what you
this
gotta
how
watch out
deep
for.
I'm
And he
into
could
it,
be a
yeah.
double agent, and that
Yeah.
would have been amazing. Or like,
But
so-
at that, even if he tells them, then I feel like he thought Fred Hampton and the rest of the Black Panthers were gonna kill him,
yeah,
because the same officer was like, oh yeah, the KKK, like, they killed the black kids, cut off their dicks or whatever. Like, this is essentially what they're gonna do
yeah,
to
but
you.
they didn't do nothing. to the
But
KKK.
this is why he's Judas, right? Because the FBI is gonna fuck you over.
Yeah.
The
yeah,
Black Panthers might fuck you over, but who's actually working for a better cause?
Yeah, who's-
So it's
who's
like,
for the people.
who you gonna die about? What you gonna die about? And he's Judas because he gave them information that led to the actual
Yeah.
assassin, like
And-
direct
well, act-
information, the
didn't
layouts.
Didn't he give him
He gave him the drug too,
Yeah,
to keep him sleep. On top
Yeah.
of, which was even more crucial than the drug, was the layout of the home.
right.
So there's actually a really good documentary that talks about the shots that they sent inside the house.
Right,
Yeah.
and oh, okay.
And so it's like they knew exactly where to go to kill Fred Hampton,
Yeah.
which is why when the autopsies came back and the investigations in like the 60s or the 70s or whatever it was, I think it was the 60s or 70s, maybe, that they were like, wait, no, this they wasn't shooting back. This was an assassination. Like
Yeah.
the CPD,
Right.
y'all went in knowing y'all was killing him this night
Yeah.
because it was only like 2 or 3 shots back from the Black
Well,
Panthers.
at the end of the movie, it said it was only 1 shot.
Yeah.
In verse 99, which is crazy.
Which is what
I
assassination.
mean, for some reason, I feel like because that's 2 perfect numbers. I feel like it wasn't 1 in 99. But
Yeah, the whole movie, like I knew how it was gonna end, but the whole movie, I'm like, yo, when is like enough for like the Keith Stanfield dude? Like he
Yeah.
like, and it's tough because once you're that person, if you try to put yourself in his shoes, you're like, all right, I did this. The next thing they're asking me isn't as bad, so let me just hurry up and try to do this, and then I'll be done. And then they ask you for something else, and like, all right, I already did this and this. I'm already down this far down the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, all right, I'm gonna do this or whatever. Like when, like a rolling, I forgot the saying I'm trying to think of right now, but
When 16 ain't enough.
it's just
yeah, well, I thought it was a
Rabbit
good
Hole,
movie.
maybe? No?
nah. I don't. I can't.
I
I'm
thought
just
it
gonna
was a
give up.
super good movie, but of course, me being a soft ass nigga, they did make me feel bad for Judas, I guess, and that's why I feel like I wish he wasn't portrayed that way. But it is crazy to know, like, back when they aired the original documentary,
Yeah,
that he killed himself that
killed
same
himself
day.
afterwards,
That
yeah.
shit's sad.
Yeah. That's what shows you the guilt that
Yeah.
he lived with. Right?
yeah,
So like probably going through that whole process, he know he's wrong.
right.
It's almost like
Well, especially like, I mean, what is it? What's that saying? Like history is always 20/20 or something, or like,
is revisionist or something like that.
or like once it's done.
Hindsight is 2020.
Hindsight's
Oh, yeah.
20/20, but there was some. I'm just conflating too. There's a once you see the outcome of events, you're like, dang, okay, like this. What I was told was a lie.
Yeah.
Now I know the truth. Now I see how it all played out because it's right here in front of me.
Yeah.
Like it's
So
clearly
you
wrong, I
know
messed
you
up.
were a focal part in the demise of the Black Panther Party in Chicago.
right.
And you in knowing Fred Hampton and who he was and the good he was trying to do, you know you helped kill that.
Right, and then you tried to, and they even tried to get him to take like bombs or something, and he's like, no, like I'm not trying to, I'm
That's
not
too
doing
far,
that.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
not what we're doing.
Yeah.
I'm trying to unite people or whatever. Like he was getting everyone together at 21 years old. Like
Yeah,
that's
that's
another crazy part.
crazy.
You know he got pimped. You know, like I think the informant that killed himself.
Yeah.
I think he realized he was pimped
Mhm.
and hoed.
Yeah. But
Which
what's
is
his
wild.
face? What's his name?
Is it David?
Whatever. He's
Kailua or whatever?
Yeah,
British
Daniel.
nigga?
yeah, he's an amazing actor.
He also
Mhm.
said
His first name's not David, is it? What is
Daniel.
it?
Daniel.
Daniel.
He also said that Lakeith Stanfield had a hard time playing that role
Yeah.
because of
yeah.
his actual.
When Charlemagne
beliefs.
asked if he was the perfect nigga to play it. Bro,
Yeah.
Charlemagne is such a fucking dickhead, bro.
Mhm.
I mean, he's come a long way, but he's still a dickhead at
See
heart.
the guy, we fuck with him.
And then you saw Lakeith called him a hoe and said that was hoe shit.
He did?
And get off his dick.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
That was. Did you see like their little beef from before?
Yeah, because
Okay.
What was that beef from before?
He called. He said that.
his raps were trash.
No.
Oh well, that was part of it.
Yeah, but before that,
Oh no.
there was a because I went and looked it up. I was like, why would he like the first time I saw it, I was like, why would Charlamagne say that? That there's obviously something else going on. But Lakeith Stanfield called them, I think, the Shade Room and other places out for basically perpetuating or pushing out like drama or black stories or
Yeah.
that can be taken bad or something.
Yeah.
Or
It's like perpetuating stereotypes, black stereotypes. Or?
not only that, but putting out like prying for like instead of trying to uplift, like a lot of times they'll pry for
So cloud chase.
not clout chase, but like push to get people in a situation where like they can get a headline or something. Or
Oh,
like,
they can jam themselves up.
right.
So you
not
put
only
niggas
that,
in a
but
sit-
just
so like almost
like when
Vlad.
Kodak got mad at what's that dude's name when he walked out the thing because he was asking me. He was like, "Oh yeah, I want to bring up this thing. Oh yeah,
Your sexual assault case.
your
And he's
sexual
like,
assault
yeah.
case," and then that's now a headline, and that's what they're pushing on their YouTube, and that's like
So, like,
you
you-
called them up for that, and
For fishing
He's
people to get
Yeah,
themselves. into
Ebro was
yeah,
like,
to
I
dig
don't
a hole
like
for
people
said-
who
and
get
saying that
accused of
these-
this.
right? He
And
was
I was
saying,
like,
yeah, he was saying that these are that these platforms are not that they are anti-black, but a lot of the stuff they do is anti-black. And then
Anti-black.
obviously Charlamagne's gonna take that to heart because all the stuff he's trying to do. So he went in on him. And then there's another thing. Lakeith responded to that and saying what he was actually trying to say, and then it was like left at that. But I guess like the raps thing was another thing, and it was just been like I guess they never really squashed it or talked about it. So they've been going back and forth like that.
Yes, I don't know. Charlamagne, I don't know.
I fuck with Charlamagne.
I like
I
Charlamagne,
like-
but
I
then
like
I don't.
Charlamagne
like him
real.
sometimes.
Yeah, both of them are, but it was kind of they both just handled it badly.
Yeah.
The situation badly, and like there's good points on both sides. If you look at them, there's good points that like he's saying because yes, that does happen. Like all the headlines, all the stuff, not clickbait, but the stuff that they try to get people to view their content is not putting these black artists and people they have on their show in the best light
In the
all the
best
time.
light, yeah.
Sometimes it is, and sometimes it's not.
But I think the Breakfast Club, more so than any other show, gives black activists the highest platforms.
Yeah,
So like black people that's been speaking about like Dr. Claude Anderson, Dr.
Yeah.
Sabi, like Dr. DeJoy, like Michelle Alexander. It's like all these people that do the research that need that attention. Mr. Farrakhan,
they bring them on.
they're nationally syndicated. So it's not like it's one of those black shows where it's like they don't have the real people that we, you know what I'm saying, with the good information. It's like, nah, they give everybody. They get
Yeah.
the ratchets on there,
So-
they get the educators
Well,
on there.
that's the
Yeah.
thing. He was saying they also treat guests differently
Mm,
based on
who?
like what their profession is.
Gotcha.
Because he was like, you guys talk to me about like BS or whatever when we could have had a real intellectual conversation about this and that. And if you look at it, when they have rappers on there, they're talking to them about BS, and when they
Oh,
have
bullshit,
like Kamala
yeah.
Harris on there, they're talking to her about some real stuff. When you can talk to everyone about whatever.
Some.
So like not
Yeah,
some
yeah.
some, not everyone but some.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what he was getting at, which the initial way that got Charlamagne mad, like the initial way that he delivered it and said it, because I think it was like on his story and it was just like written in like 15, 20 words. So he didn't really give out a thoughtful
Response?
or not response or thoughtful take when he said that. So obviously if you're the one on if you're the one on the receiving end, and you can interpret it however you want, and he took it one way and Charlamagne went on to him. So it was that's where that
Now
came
they going
from.
back and forth like cheering.
Y'all boys hype for the new Mortal Kombat movie? Y'all seen the preview?
I did. It looks
Mhm.
dope.
Bro, that shit
That shit
looks
look fire.
fire. Because, I mean, most people, well, I guess maybe not, but there used to be there was a Mortal Kombat movie that probably came out in 90s. I'm not even sure what year it came out. And I remember watching it as a kid, but not being too like hype about it or anything like that. Like I didn't think it was the craziest movie or anything. And I used to love Mortal Kombat video games, so I should have loved it as a kid. But after seeing this, I'm definitely hyped. This shit's gory.
Finish him.
Yeah, man.
Is Scorpio the bad guy?
I think Scorpion's always been the bad guy.
So I've never known. I'm
Yeah.
like, so how do they?
Hey,
How do they pick?
Sub-Zero
Yeah.
cut that man, froze his blood, and hit him again.
Yeah.
was
Wait,
The
you
trailer's
tell-
fire. Though.
the
yeah,
trailer.
when Jax got his, I wonder if that's like the actual storyline, like how Jax got his arms torn off
By
and why he
Sub-Zero.
has metal arms. Because that shit was fire in the preview when he froze his arms and then just fucking they exploded or whatever.
Mm.
But I'm hyped for it. Who'd y'all used to play with when y'all played Mortal Kombat?
I barely played the
Any
video.
and
Luke-
everybody.
Luke
And Luke
Kang?
Yeah,
Kang.
I used to
Luke
say
Kang.
Luke
Yeah,
Kang and
Luke Kang.
Scorpion.
Yeah,
because
same,
I'm a
same.
Scorpio.
You knew he was a Scorpio as a jit, bro.
Yes, bro.
He's in
He was
he's
he
in
was
astrology.
messing.
You
Yeah,
play- I had Mortal Kombat when I was like what 8 or 9.
He's got the best pussy.
Y'all didn't,
for
y'all
real.
didn't know y'all bro. I will kill you. I will kill you, man. Don't try me, man.
He will wing chill, get in there and start
I
wing
will
chilling.
close combat your shit.
He
I'm-
said close
Oh,
combat.
shit,
Now
my
you're
abs
mortal.
hurt.
I'm hitting the best, but you better relax, son.
Bro, so if he
My
was in that
abs hurt, bro.
Black Mirror game, the
Oh,
Black Mirror game,
Striking Vipers.
Striking Vipers.
Oh, sir, chill out.
Yeah, I definitely play with Liu Kang though. Who'd you play with? You said
Bro, I picked anybody. Like I didn't really care.
yeah.
I was just mad I never knew the like combinations to do.
I would
the
just mash every
fatalities.
single
Yeah,
button.
yeah. I mean that's most fighting.
Or
games
just
to me.
spaz one button.
Yeah.
I used to think Tekken was better than Mortal Kombat.
Game wise, yeah, I think
I didn't
Tekken
think it
more.
was better, but I did play Tekken more then. And whoever was the equivalent of Liu Kang in Tekken, I forget his name now. It might have been like Lee.
It was Lee.
Yeah, that's who I played with.
I used to be Eddie
He always
Gordo.
did the
He had dreads. And
yeah, he did the capoeira.
Capoeira,
Yeah,
yeah.
capoeira. Bro, he was lit.
And then you could just spin. He had dreads, and nigga just look cool.
Yeah.
Him and Lee was fire.
This is a very Phil focused podcast.
Is it?
Because we got in sports, we have
Carson.
the Philadelphia
Wentz.
Eagles. We're headline.
You hype about that?
I don't know if I'm hyped, but I understand why we did it. Cause
But you've been saying you wanted him out of here.
I was on the fence.
Really? I felt like
I
you wanted him gone for sure.
Nah, I was on the fence. I wanted to see who we brought in for him.
Yeah.
I understand why. Like
So
once
you're not sold on your boy Jalen Hurts?
I don't think anyone is. I think
Not
I
yet.
think the Eagles
Nah,
might
not-
even draft like some people are thinking the Eagles might draft another quarterback this year.
I'm not sold on him yet because he's still not the greatest passer and he doesn't protect the football.
Right.
So he had just as many turnovers as Wentz. Well, not in a small sample size, he would have been on the same run as Wentz.
Yeah.
And we still don't have a good offensive line. We still don't have weapons. But the positive thing about getting away from Wentz is we'll get off his contract next year, so we can, and we'll get off a couple more bad contracts, so we
Yeah.
can actually rebuild our franchise. But I like Jalen as a leader. He is a gamer. He's dual threat.
He's had success everywhere he's went.
He's had success everywhere he's
So-
went. Yeah, so I think he'll. And he when he came in, we got a spark. I think Wentz went to the best situation for him. Yeah, man. I think he's gonna be nice next year.
Are
Yeah, I think
you-
there's two sides.
I
to it.
think he's
feel
gonna
like
be nice. Yeah, because he's in a perfect situation.
Do you think the third round pick in the whatever second round pick?
The conditional.
Oh, that's what it was. I was.
Yeah,
that's not the word I
conditional
was
second.
looking
It's gonna
for.
be second, and if he plays
I think
75% of their
offense.
offensive snaps, then they get a first.
Yeah, if he plays 70 and they go to the playoffs, we get a first.
Yeah.
So
You thought that was enough?
I think we'll get a first because I think they're gonna be nice, bro. Because he has the same team the Eagles had
Yeah,
when they went to Super when he had that MVP run.
yeah.
So
Not defensively, I don't think. I think their defense is okay, but I think Eagles' defense was better.
yeah, our pass rush is probably way better, but their defense is good, really good.
Yeah.
And even when we were what was it 9-2 with him because we were maybe like 9-2 or something like that. A lot of times we were blowing teams out anyways.
Mhm.
So his offense is gonna be that good. They have a run game. They
They have an
weapons.
offensive line. They have a great offensive line.
Great
so.
offensive line, bro. And so what's name gonna whip him into shape? Remember I told y'all
Frank Reich.
when Frank Wright left, I told
Yeah.
y'all that was the downfall of Wentz.
Mhm.
Him and
You did say
Philip
Give you
DiFilippo.
props.
I was like, bruh, this nigga's not gonna be the same because we don't have Frank Wright and Philip DiFilippo.
Yeah.
And I think it was just slept on how important he was in developing Wentz. And now we know. So I think Indy's gonna be good because I think if anybody can fix him, Frank Wright can fix him. The offensive line OD. Then the AFC South, they already were good last year. So they'll be a playoff team and we'll get that first. And I think we'll be straight in our division too.
Maybe. It depends.
I
If
think
the-
we'll finish
how-
second in the
If
division.
the AFC was tough this year, so
AFC South though?
just in general, it doesn't matter because if
Well, no, your division matter because if you went out
It
your
doesn't.
division, you'll still get in the playoffs.
no, but if you're second in your division, because I don't think they're gonna be better than the Titans.
Oh yeah, they'll be better than Titans.
You think so?
Yes.
The Titans have been like staples.
Yeah, I don't
And
know.
been
You
playing
don't
really
say
well
that. Don't
on
say
both
that so
sides.
easily, bro.
The
Yeah.
Titans won that division this year. I thought not the Texans were trash this year.
You,
Bro, I just said
No,
Titans.
I thought you said Texans.
I never said
No.
Texans.
No.
And
So
you
if
even
they're- if
said
they're
they're
second-
gonna be
I
better.
told you I think they'll be better than the Titans too. When they get with wins, they're gonna be better than Titans.
Nah,
I think so, bro.
I don't know if they will.
I think so, bro.
Also, bringing in a new quarterback, like, that doesn't usually first year, like, I feel like it doesn't usually bring success. So
It's the same system, very similar system to
Is it?
Philly. Yeah,
we'll see.
it's a very similar system to Philly, so I don't think that it changes much.
I think this deal was good for both sides.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
agreed.
you guys needed to get Wentz out of there just because it was he wasn't a cancer, but like it was just is an elephant in the room. Now they can move forward. Now they can. I don't think they should draft a quarterback.
No, we need
I think
to
they
get,
should get
linemen,
offensive line.
Yeah,
Yeah,
linemen.
offensive line or maybe
linebackers.
a line. Maybe.
It's,
If
I mean,
I
we
think
need a
if
lot.
they trade, when they have the fourth pick,
Yeah.
they either get
All
great.
line.
They either get a great receiver, or they drop. I think they are off offensive linemen, and if no offensive linemen are top 5, then drop back, get 2 first-round picks,
Yeah.
and if you can, or a first and a future first, or first and a second, and
Low key, we need to get rid of Harry
and build
Roseman
up the
too.
team. You said who?
Harry Roseman, because the problem is we don't draft well. So I'm not
Yeah.
confident that we gonna have.
Even if you do, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not confident that we'll pick the right person in the draft because Harry Roseman be tweaking. Nigga, we didn't have great talent drop to us, and everybody's like, "Yo, take him." Harry Roseman's like, "Nope."
Yeah,
More specifically, Justin Jefferson.
Rieger over
Bruh.
Justin Jefferson. He had 1,400 yards. He's a great route runner. He showed he has hands like he can get, bro.
Every time he make a
That's
touchdown, I'm like, bro, he
crazy.
really could have been Eagle. Which is
You
why
wanted him to be an Eagle too. You
I
called it.
did.
You said he was gonna be nice.
I was like, folks, he finna drop to us. We about to be lit. Jalen Rager, bro.
And I
what?
really try to hype Rieger up to you, bro.
And he looked good on the film. Like the
you
thing
were
is,
you were kidding though. I think we were
No,
all
I was
kidding.
being for
Oh,
real.
me
Ray-
and Luke were definitely trolling.
no, I think Rager still can be good. He had a decent rookie season. He
Yeah.
just was hurt a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but also just take him in the 3rd round or 2nd round.
Yeah, he would have dropped. Yeah, we could have got him in a second, but we fucked up not getting Justin Jefferson. But hey,
Yeah.
it happens.
For the Colts, I
Um,
think it's lit.
If we fuck up again, let Harry Roseman go. If he fucks this draft up, let him go.
All right, it's been another episode of episode 16 of Save It for the Pod. We appreciate y'all tuning in. Phil, hit the drop.
Hey, I love all y'all niggas.
All right, peace.
Peace out.